Hello, everybody. Welcome back for another session of the Hands of Death. Thanks for tuning in. We love you, Will. Thank you. Always coming back. Uh, Today we're playing session 15, which means we're probably getting pretty close to the end of the story. Uh, Almost there, actually. Pretty exciting. So thanks for sticking around. Let's see. How are we doing today, players? Anybody got anything to talk about before we get started, or should we just jump right into it?
I'm just so excited to be here.
Awesome.
I'm ready.
Wow.
Me too.
You are all about to witness the power of friendship.
Ooh.
Oh wait, hands.
Up.
Yeah.
Ah! There we go.
There. Perfect.
I love that we did that for like the first time last week, and now it's just a thing. That's cool. All right.
I'm forcing it to be a thing, so
That's fine.
you can always make it not a thing. It's okay.
No, I'm of
Wendy,
the
Thank you.
yeah. No, thank you. I'm of the opinion that that's how things become things. You know, somebody has to do it. So
I am the thing.
they are like Team Rocket now. Oh man. Okay, bringing us in. So, anybody want to give me a recap of what we experienced last time?
Kind of everything. Okay, I'm gonna give it a go.
All right.
I believe in you.
Okay. We were trying to figure out what the heck is Ophelia's deal, and ended up going to a place where Lilith used to live. A variety of things happened there. A lot of like guards hallucinating, which is sort of like the brutal aftermath of Lilith going anywhere. Is just guards hallucinating. Went inside, searched around, found the old cat, found Lilith's old cat, well, it could still be a relatively young cat, but it's probably an older cat. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Stuff happened. Like there was a confrontation over a misunderstanding between Esther and Florence, and things got heated. Lilith peaced out, learned a bunch of junk, and was like, "This sucks," and got out of there. Florence and Esther found a scary downstairs secret basement, which had the Rite of Routes set up. Had been used at some point. We left. We got out of there. Tempers flared. We ended up back at the Hands of Death headquarters. Is there a name for it better than the Hands of Death headquarters?
No, they just call it the mausoleum. Like that's how everybody refers to it. They're not too much about like naming things. That kind of makes it more obvious when, you know. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, we all went back to the mausoleum and we saw a series of badasses who were like, "Hey, thanks for what you did. That was so neat that you did those easy chump things. We'll take it from here." And then yeah, we basically saw probably the three coolest characters in the whole story, and we vaguely had references as to why they're way better than us.
Yeah.
And now we all sort of have lost a sense of purpose to a degree. Florence is like, "What am I even doing now? Have I been kicked out of the Hands of Death? Like, what's my purpose?" Lilith really wants to kill. So that's, sort of an exciting, well, I guess that's kind of always a thing that's going on, but like more so than usual. Esther, meanwhile, had a patron be all like, "Hey, why don't you put on a showing of death, a death art show, an art show of death?" And Esther was like, "Wait, oh, this is creepy, this sucks," until they realized, "Oh, hold on, no, having a patron rocks. Having a ridiculous wild patron who's going to fund all of their endeavors, extremely good." And so they kind of freaked the fuck out and started laughing in circles. And of course, Esther went and begged Florence and Lilith to go pursue Joel for reasons that Esther has not entirely divulged yet.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well done.
I feel well-minded. Well done. So just to be clear, the meeting between Franny Beckett, who is Esther's new patron, and Esther took place a week after the whole debacle with the real Hands of Death. So that's where we pick up, I think. Like either the day after or later that day, it doesn't really make a difference. And Florence, you were saying you wanted to start off with the scene between you and Lily?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need Esther to not be in the building.
Awesome. I think then this can happen while they're going to meet Franny then. I think that would make a lot of
Perfect.
sense. Okay.
Excellent.
So tell me what this looks like. Set the scene. We see piles of moldy clothes and different fabrics and things laying around. Pericanassa's like sprawled out on a pile.
Yep. Okay, so I feel like this is something that Florence and Lily have done in the past, but we just haven't seen on screen here. So I'm imagining Esther's studio. It has like a loft, right? And on the loft, it has like one side that faces the main room that's like 2 stories down. It has like a railing. And I'm imagining that Lily is balanced up there and she and Florence are training.
Oh, all right. So like,
Ooh.
gotcha. So you're doing a little Errol Flynn back and forth on the railing.
Basically, yeah. So Florence is like giving direction. She's not actually balanced on the railing just yet. But I figure, well, we're just gonna go into it here. So she's talking at Lily while Lily is precariously balancing. She's like, okay, you're gonna like extend your arm backwards and engage your core. No, a little higher. And honestly, Lily, if you're gonna be a spider, you gotta like really use your body here.
I don't say anything. I'm in deep concentration. I'm taking this very, very seriously. My core is engaged.
Good. Okay, and then go into the next maneuver, and you are, working on your acrobatics here. I'd also, I guess this is up to James here, but hold on. Let's see. Where is my character sheet? I'd love to use this as like a tutor moment for one of my stunts, if that's able.
Oh, totally. Let me see here. So, tutor lore. Create advantage with an ally with lore when you spend an hour. Yeah, totally. That makes sense.
Cool.
So it's going to be a lore roll. You're creating an advantage, but you just have to let me know. That basically creates an aspect, right? So you just have to let me know what aspect it is, what the idea is, that sort of thing.
Excellent. I think the aspect is like sharp focus.
Okay, cool.
And I'll just, yeah. Do I need to roll lore for this, or
You-
this is just for?
You do. You get +2 to it, and then I need to set a difficulty. And I think this is actually should be a versus test between you and Lily's will.
Okay.
Because it's like how willful the student is. So Lily will roll will, and then you can roll. Yep.
Perfect.
This is probably going to blow it out of the water.
Probably. Wait, so I roll
You
will
roll-
also?
You roll lore with a +2 bonus because of your tutor.
Let's go.
So that's 8.
Mhm.
And Lily gets a 2. So that is definitely success with style. So I will add the sharp focus aspect. So what does this
Train
scene?
me.
Yeah, what does this scene look like? Like what's like a difficult part that Lily encounters as they're training? Or maybe you have an idea for how it goes, Steph. You let me know.
Yeah, so during our training, Florence actually wants to start asking her things that are going to be she has a high suspicion that Lily is actually deaf, but she's starting to want to like test this out and see if she says certain things will actually create an effect and therefore distract her, but also give Florence the answers that she wants here, which is Lily truly deaf or something else?
Interesting.
Does that work?
It's a good idea. What do you say?
So, I wish I had a lore book that's not just my terrible notes from the game. Because I feel like something that we haven't really talked about is like, are there rituals that the Hands of Death have done in the past? Like, could Florence do something or say something that would bring out a reaction, or like call spirits or something like that Lily might notice?
Yeah, so I was thinking about this. So there's a ritual that the Hands, well, not the Hands, but members of the Church of Death used to perform on corpses after they died. That was like a consecration to give the soul like safe journey to Death's realm. It was a series of like, spices and liquids poured over the body, and then a couple of holy words said, that sort of thing. It works with any dead body whatsoever, and they tried to do this. Members of the church tried to do this shortly after the Verdanthi rose to power, in the hopes that in doing it they could prevent the Verdanthi from, they could prevent the Verdanthi from bringing the corpse back to life. Like, they thought maybe the power of death would still be lingering somewhere, but it was in doing this that a lot of members of the church were convinced that, like, their goddess was truly dead, because it just didn't work. There's that. There are litanies to death that can be recited in sort of an honoring way. You could probably try rattling some of those off. They're similar to, like, what are those called? Buddhist sutras, similar to that, right? So like a rhythmic kind of repetitive thing that they will say. Those were a couple of ideas I had. So you could try either of those, probably the sutras in this moment.
I love the sutras.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to call them litanies instead, so we don't. But anyway, yeah.
I love it. So Lily is used to me trying to distract her and like make things more challenging during training sessions. So Florence is like, all right, I'm going to try and throw you off here, but I'm just going to try and get under your skin a little bit. And so she goes and she starts to talk about, I think she's going to start talking about her like physical form and try to like tell her to do something that actually wouldn't help. Like, if you raise your left hand just a little bit, it'll help you out, but it actually won't, to like try and trick her and find her own balance. And then she starts talking about just going into some of the litanies.
Okay. I think this is another lore v. will, honestly.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because you're spouting lore while you're trying to get to overcome Lily's will.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna put this at difficulty 4. I'm gonna make it passive opposition, actually, because Lily's will is 2, and then I'm gonna crank up the difficulty a bit because this is hard for reasons I can't reveal. But go ahead.
Sure. Okay.
Difficulty 4. Oh no, sorry. Wendy, you don't have to roll for this one. It's passive.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
No, you're good. So the difficulty is 4, Florence.
Okay. Why do I have so many fate points? This is too many.
Oh yeah, so everybody should reset their fate points to 4 for this session. Don't forget.
I was like, I should not have 5. All right. Yeah, I do want to use a fate point here and try this and see what happens.
Okay.
And do a +2. And this is
I mean, there's an easy one for
my
this.
high concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit that +2 button. Thank you. Okay. So let's see here. Let me just double check one thing. So, Lily, how would you feel about Florence trying to mislead you, if you were aware of that? What would your reaction be?
At this point, I'm still extremely trustworthy of her, so I think it would take like something seriously suspicious to like be a red flag at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go with it.
Okay. So, Lily, you're on the railing, like trying to like, thrust and get in places with your sword and stuff, running through your motions. And then Florence tells you to do a couple of things that you feel like set you off balance a bit. And then Florence starts just reciting these litanies underneath her breath. And there's something in you that rises when these start getting recited. You feel like a sense of calm and peace and a sense of elation, and you feel a little lighter. And Florence, what you told Lily was to like shift her grip to like her left hand and like move and jab, that sort of thing. And it shouldn't have worked, right? She should have like twisted the wrong way and fallen off the railing or like had to catch herself. But amazingly, she like manipulates her body in such a way where she thrusts forward with the blade and then does like a flip on the railing and then catches the blade and stabs again, like staying perfectly focused.
Brava. That was good. And I'm like also kind of stunned.
Could I hear her?
I think you can either make a notice roll at difficulty 1 if you care, or I'm going to say you're too concentrated on training to notice.
Yeah, I was concentrating. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm a little surprised at what I just did because that was advanced for what I typically do.
Yeah, you're very surprised at yourself. You feel like you feel like your body wasn't your own for a second.
That was excellent work, Lily. Very, very good. You're making so much progress. When I was a spider, I couldn't do anything nearly that good. Why don't we try it without the cloak this time, and just keep going through sets 7 and 8, and I think I could end the scene there.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, Esther, you get done over at Franny's place. Now, she's offered to set up this gala for you. She's also offered to let you stay in the manse if you need it, and pretty much anything else you need. So I want to kind of pick up the scene back as she's like leading you out of the mausoleum-styled gallery and like out of her house in general. She's walking you back. The wine glasses are discarded in the mausoleum. And this is the time, where you like ask for what you need, if you need anything at all, or just say goodbye and head back to your store.
Mhm. Oh, Miss Beckett. You're simply too much.
She's beaming ear to ear, and she says, "I've never heard that before." And she gives her like a little wink.
Well, on to the practicalities and all.
Yes.
We will need passes, ways in which we can reach the what's the name of the woods? That
Rosewood?
Joel's at.
Oh, where Joel is?
Yeah.
Hold on. One sec. Is that in my notes? Should be. But it's probably buried.
It's okay. Madame Beckett, we have need of passage to the something woods. 3 people. You may be as transparent as you like with myself and someone named Professor Florence Allegard, and one of them, if you would, keep it discreet.
Masvana Woods. There we go. She looks at you and whispers, and she says, "A Verdanthe?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Esther. You're going to have to explain this to me a little bit more. You want me to pay for your transport for you and two others? Sorry, was it?
Yes. 2 others, please.
To Masvana.
Is this a problem?
Well, it just seems I'm not really seeing how this leads to you creating the art pieces.
Well, Madam Beckett, art is process, and, well, this is part of the process.
I see. Well, I can certainly pay for passage. Yes, I can do that. When would you need to leave, and when would you be back? I want to open the gallery soon.
Precisely my desire as well. We will need find passage tomorrow. Is this possible?
She gives you a surprised look and she says, Tomorrow? Give me a moment. And she like puts a hand up to her chin and thinks. She says, I suppose, yes. It would require me to hire a private carriage, but yes, I could do that.
Excellent. And in the private carriage, if you could be certain there's a small compartment for materials. It's for the art, you see.
Yes. Don't worry. I know exactly what you're talking about. Us merchants have many ways of transporting things unknown. She like wiggles her eyebrows at you.
I wiggle my eyebrows back. I knew I could count on you.
Esther, you're getting the distinct impression that there's a huge part of her that kind of loves the fact that she's involved in any sort of subterfuge at all. Like, oh, it's so much fun. I get to be part of the secret little group, and I'm a spy. Yes, that sort of thing.
Now, come closer. I whisper this in confidence.
She like leans one ear in.
The comings and goings of myself and my studio assistants, they need be
Rude.
discreet. You understand? As in, so far as anyone is concerned, I should be traveling in that carriage alone.
Oh, I see. I see.
And make sure you don't tell anyone about it. And I give her like a little wink.
She narrows her eyes and says, Esther, if I didn't know better, I'd think I was funding something other than an art process trip.
All great art requires, well, great sacrifice.
She narrows her eyes even more and she says, And there's a moment where you wonder, you get the sense that she wants to like give the whole game away and directly ask you what she thinks you're doing, and then she says, I hope whatever ends up happening, you can work it into your pieces.
Oh, yes, that's what the artist statement is all about. Don't worry, I'll show you how to craft it one that's absolutely divine.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Anything else?
Um,
Chauncey, take notes. And the butler like scurries over and starts like writing things down.
may I have just a piece of iron?
Of course. Easy enough. I'll put it on the
in
carriage.
the carriage, if you would. Yes.
Yes. Scribble, scribble, scribble.
Thank you, Madam Beckett. That will be all for now.
That's it? All right. Wow, you're easy to handle. I'll put some money in the carriage for expenses as well, just in case you need it.
Much appreciated.
Yes. Well, have a pleasant afternoon, Esther. It's been a pleasure to meet you. I'm excited for our future business together. Lind, if you find any other bright young things out there, you send them my way, all right? And she, like, elbows him in the stomach, and he goes, thank you, Franny. Yes, of course. Always good doing business. And the butler guides the both of you out of her house. She, like, waves goodbye and then, like, ceremoniously shuts the door very quickly. And just, like, you hear it slam as you're going down the walk. Lynn turns to you as you're walking away and, like, raises an eyebrow. And he says, may I ask why you're going to Mosfana?
And because I'm a damned fool.
He, like, pinches his eyebrows together a bit and says, all right, I sense there's much more to tell there, but I respect your privacy, Esther. Just as long as you get those pieces done, remember, it's not only you on the hook for this. My reputation's at stake.
Lind, darling, I am well aware. We will come out of this richer and, well, maybe we'll even do some good for the world.
Excellent. Excellent. I hope so, because the repercussions could be grave if we don't.
Yes, we'll die. I get that. Thank you, Lind. Good day?
I didn't mean anything like that. But yes, good day. Good day to you, Esther. So you head off. All right, so is there anything anybody wants to do? It looks like Esther's kind of set this up for a trip to Mosfana, which I wasn't expecting at all. But that's great. We can do that.
Oh, are you ready for it?
Oh, yeah. We can do it.
Let's do it.
I have something.
Oh.
Okay, great.
It's really nothing. Sorry, never mind. Okay, I have that the box still. I haven't gotten into it, correct? Unless I completely forgot. Right?
You cracked it. You found the letters in there last time.
Oh, the letters were in there. Well, no, I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I think there's just there's two other things that need to happen then before you leave. So first of all, okay, I'm curious about this. Lily and Florence, while you two are practicing, shortly after you finish, in fact, there's a sharp rap on the door to Esther's studio, and a letter slides through the letterbox. It's sealed with a wax seal. It comes in like a blue envelope that smells like lavender when you bring it up, or if you get close to it. And you can see that it's addressed to Esther.
I envision me like doing a cartwheel or something crazy like to the door because I'm like feeling really good about myself after like a really good session of practicing. And since Esther's definitely been on my nerves, I open it.
Yeah.
You're just
Thought
gonna.
we were kind of united in purpose recently.
You're an
You're
assistant.
so
It's your right.
it's so hot and cold, and yeah, I'm just kind of I'm feeling a little, I'm kind of in that confident mode that I get into. I hold it up and kind of show the letter to Florence.
Florence, you
What-
see Lily going to open this letter. Are you like conspiring with her to do this?
I feel like Florence kind of assumes that Lily opens all of Esther's mail. Like, I mean, she's an assistant. She's the secretary. She is the bellboy.
All right.
Hmm.
Well, Okay,
Correct.
Lily, you can take a fate point for this, and then I will show you folks the letter. Here you go. Let's see. Oh, I've never actually used this feature before, so just give me a sec. There we go.
New features.
There it is.
Oh,
If somebody wants
Woo!
to read it out loud for the stream, I would appreciate that.
Since I'm the one holding the letter, I'll do the honors.
Okay.
And I guess I'll read it out loud so Florence can hear me.
Sure, totally.
Hello, little tramp. I see you've decided to insert yourself into our lives once again. How dare you send a feather instead of my ring? Do you even still have it? Did you sell it after you stole it? I'm only going to say this once. Stay away from Joel. He doesn't need you anymore. I don't know what sort of vague threat you were making by referencing heretics in your letter, but if you dare to lay a hand on him, I will end you. Let this be our final communication, lest I rub you out like an old stain. Sincerely,
Voldemort.
you know who. I slowly lower the letter and like turn to Florence.
Do you know who
Whoa.
that's from?
You know who? You know who? I start pacing.
Esther, it's just about that time that you get back to your studio.
and I slam open the door, saying, "All of our problems are solved." What's with the faces?
I put the letter behind my back so they can't see it.
Ah, yes,
Uh,
Lilith. I love it when you stand at attention like that. This is how you should greet me every time I enter.
Okay, what problems are solved?
We have a patron. Florence, I solved your personal problems.
Have you?
Yes! Yes! Isn't this wonderful? We have
How
someone who you can work for and do their bidding, and you don't have to worry at all about your own agency.
Esther, what have you done?
I have charmed the illustrious Madame Franny Beckett, a most wonderful person, if I may say so, and secured us tickets to go do our great work, which, thank you again. I really appreciate the two of you. I feel like this is the start of a new sort of camaraderie between us.
God.
Lilith, go get me water.
Wait, what
Franny Beckett?
What?
You're working with Franny Beckett? Oh no. I
what
feel like
what do you have in mind? What are you supposed to do for this art project?
Oh, just put up some old things. Maybe I'll use the statues of myself. Just some stuff, probably.
there's some
Well,
I feel like you should roll deceive on that.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. That means that people need to oppose with empathy.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay. All right. I feel like Florence should know who Franny Beckett is.
Totally. In fact, you can make a lore roll about Miss Franny Beckett if you want.
Oh, yes,
It's
let's go.
difficulty 3. She's pretty out there. Okay, lots of rolls went by there at the same time. Florence matches the difficulty 3. Empathy, let's see, Esther rolls a 2. Okay, so Lily, you see through this lie unless we want to spend fate points for that confrontation. Florence, you'll get some information about Franny, but not all the possible information with a tied roll.
That's enough for me.
Okay. So, yeah, let's resolve. I can tell you information about Franny in a sec. Let's resolve Lily ousting the lie, unless there's more fate points to be spent first.
I seriously doubt that this person, whoever they might be, is hiring you to do statues of yourself.
Okay, well.
You have been obsessing over finding Joel. Does this have anything to do with him?
Perhaps.
Be honest.
So
you
Parch-
said camaraderie.
Okay. I go over and start pouring myself a glass of water. Okay. Okay, so there may be some details of the arrangement with Madame Beckett, which may require, nearly impossible art pieces in an maybe very public showing that could possibly reveal everything we've ever done in secret. But those are all details. You must look at the bigger picture. We have a way to Joel will surely be able to find Ophelia in a way, and Marith, that's just an art piece waiting to happen.
Esther, can you roll notice, and Lily, can you oppose with stealth, please?
Esther, I can't believe you get us in these tricky situations just over and over again.
Yeah. Lily, you want to spend any fate points on that?
No, I was about to reveal the letter anyway.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were trying to keep it hidden.
Okay.
Esther, you see that Lily has a letter tucked behind her back.
Okay.
Actually, can I say I don't see it? I smell it.
Absolutely. That's great.
Oh my god. Okay. So we're working on camaraderie, right? We're working on trust. I think you're being more honest. So I will be honest with you in return. I slowly take the letter out from behind my back and I hand it over to Esther.
That stench. Oh, that stench.
You have some explaining to. Are you okay?
Oh, I cannot stand the smell of the. Did you open my stationery again?
Doesn't she always open your stationery?
That's beside the point.
I think it is. You need to explain yourself.
Well, let me see if I remember anything at all. Do I know whose ring I stole?
You know what? No. You know,
Look.
you can see them in your mind. You get this vague image of like somebody with blonde hair, one of the waifs who hung around Joel all the time that was like there. And you're like, you think they were a painter, but you're like, you can't remember their name. You just remember hating them.
All I remember is some sort of the terrible little thing. Ugh, worse than you, Lilith.
I'm sorry?
Now, listen,
Is this from
Okay.
Paramore?
well, perhaps.
Wow, you get around, don't you?
I will not be shamed. He can be very charming in his own way. Now, I would be happy to tell you all the rest of this. Well, that's not true. Can we settle on I will begrudgingly tell you the details on the way to the Moss moss, the
Mosvana,
woods,
Mosvana Woods.
onto the way to the Mosvana woods.
What?
Why are we going to Montana?
Well, that just happens to be where Joel is.
Oh, yeah, we should pack then.
I put my hand on Esther's shoulder. Thank you for being honest.
Yes, of course. Don't worry about opening my private letters.
How am I supposed to know what's private and what's business? You get letters all day, all night.
Do they
If
all
you
smell
open it, I've told you this a million times. If someone puts a scent on a letter, don't read it. If they don't put a scent on it, go hog wild. I don't give a damn.
Do you write back to these letters, Lily? Like, do you like write love letters for Esther? Is this something that happens all the time? She's saying this as she's like putting stuff in a bag.
Oh no, Esther doesn't like my writing skills or my handwriting for that matter. So
Oh,
not usually, but I'll write a rough draft here and there.
nice.
May I put forward? Is Lilith literate?
I think we have to
Yes.
assume she is, because there's a lot of stuff that's happened so far in the campaign that I don't think makes sense if
Yes.
she's not.
Oh,
He's my
okay.
TA.
Florence is a
Right.
great teacher.
Yeah.
I may
Oh
have
yeah.
learned late, and Ophelia may have focused more on the herbology side of things. But yes, I had teachers. Thank you very much.
Well, if you must know, Aligard, I have her write back to the people I'm not particularly interested in.
Wow. I'm learning so much about you.
Well, I hope you're enjoying yourself.
Trust me, I am.
Ugh.
All right. Well, when should we go?
First the bright stuff. When the bright stuff happens.
Are you okay? Do you need to take a nap?
Yes, I'm going to take a nap overnight. Thank you.
Do you need some food? Do you need? You seem flustered.
There's just been a lot going on. And I ascend the loft.
Okay. Cool. So people. Oh, come on. People get ready for. Sorry, I was writing something and it didn't save. People get ready for the trip in the morning. Everybody packs up. Is there anything that people want to particularly prepare before the carriage arrives to leave, or like this might be a time to like prep alchemical mixtures or like gather books or anything that you wanted to get. Oh, also information about Franny Beckett, Florence.
Oh yeah.
So she is a merchant of the old class, which means she was part of the meritocracy, part of the oligarchy that ran, I hope I'm getting that right the second time, that ran Chandla before the Ascension War happened and the Church of the Verdant officially took over. So she had a lot of fingers in a lot of pies, a lot of old trade routes, a lot of people funneling money to her. That's why she's risen to the prominence that she has. Her in particular, she mastered in like transferring these like basically all the artists in Chandla, the majority of them, she was responsible for transferring a lot of their works from Chandla to like other places, right? So if there was an installation that needed to happen somewhere else, like a big statue or a masterful painting, or even like giving money to like dance troupes and stuff, right? So she's been a patron of the arts for a long, long time, and she's made a ton of money maximizing these investments. So much so to the point that like she kind of faded out of the public eye for a long time and really hasn't done anything. Everybody kind of assumed she just had so much money that she just didn't care about making more anymore. So what you're guessing is happening with Esther is that she's gotten to the point where she's just really bored and is like, you know what? I'm going to blow my money on something amazing. I'm on something just like completely out there, on something that'll make everybody like think I'm the most like unique and fun person in the city of Chandla. And Esther is the perfect vehicle for doing that.
Amazing.
So you only tied. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to tell you that on a tie. Okay. So anyway, preparations.
Don't worry, patrons never have anything weird or like seedy about them.
I would be I would be happy to offer suggestions from my comrades on any tinctures or herbs that they might find useful, because obviously I have kind of my go-tos that I'm really good at. But if there's something specific that either of you would like me to make,
on
I
a scale. Like, could you make a true serum?
have before, haven't I? Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible to make serums that, when given to people, it makes them more pliable. It doesn't guarantee truth, but it will definitely give you advantages on rolls made to provoke them into telling you the truth.
Nice. I feel like you should make one of those. I feel like you should make a smoke bomb that makes people itchy. I feel like you should.
Itchy.
It's sort of like a fun step before drugging them, such that they see hallucinations. Sort of like initial salvo.
I'm not saying to the guards was overkill, but
No, I think you guys should just jump straight to the bug bomb. I think that's perfect. You throw that thing down, everybody's seeing beetles everywhere. You can make
Esther?
this. Yep.
Okay. Esther, you want anything?
No. Oh no. Esther's
I feel like for
You have
Esther,
so many schemes up your sleeve, and yet
Really-
you don't want any of my assistance.
you know what Esther really needs? Esther needs like some sort of sunscreen because they're so pale, but also like
I've already been doing that for years. Don't worry about it.
like something that'll make them less noticed, just like something that'll make them just fade into the background. Something that'll just kill their spark.
sorry. Am I in the room with
I hope
this?
so.
But
This is while we're
you hear from
preparing
the
you.
loft cut. Good luck making something that can do that.
Do I need to do like a crafts roll for making like a set of herbs now,
Yeah.
so I don't have to do it later? Or
Yeah, I think you want to do a couple, because what you're essentially doing is creating advantages, right? That's what these alchemical mixtures will do to a certain degree. So I'm going to set the difficulty at 3 for these, I believe. And then you can make rolls and get aspects that you can tag to people later that will create advantages and such.
All right, so this first roll will be my truth serum.
Okay. So that is a 3, so that meets it. So you get a boost, which is like a transitive thing. So like if somebody gets hit with this truth serum, it's not really strong for like one question. It'll make them hallucinate, and or one exchange, it'll make them hallucinate and give you a fair answer, but after that it'll fade. So it's somewhere in the creation process you lost it lost some of its potency because of mistakes you made in crafting it. If you leave it at the 3, you can bump it up and then
I'll bump it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll bump it up because that one's really important. So I'll tag my herbologist apprentice,
Okay.
of course.
Sounds good. Add +2 to that, and try pressing the +2 button this time. It might still be broken, but I'm hoping it's not. It worked!
Huzzah.
Ha-ha! Okay. All right, so that succeeds. So that's going to get you it'll give somebody an aspect, and you'll get 1 free invocation on it. So I'll make that aspect in a sec. And then go ahead and roll for the itchy powder if you want.
I'm really good at making people uncomfortable.
Holy crap. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's success with style. So yeah, it'll add 2 free invokes when you tag somebody with that aspect. Crazy.
Holy shit.
Okay, and the last one was sunscreen for Esther.
No.
Okay.
Invisibility, unnoticed. Make us sneakier.
You need to make an
Okay.
unseen sunscreen.
Okay,
Unseen
sure.
sunscreen.
Something that just helps us to it just helps us fade into the background, sure.
Okay. That is really hard. Oh, so yeah.
Sorry.
I'm going to increase the difficulty of that to 4. Actually, it should probably be 5, but I'm going to set it to 4. So, yeah. So that's it. So it's failing at the current point.
Oops, sorry.
Stop investigating.
Sorry.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's investigate why you fucked this up so bad. No.
Oh,
I'm joking.
You know what? Man. Yeah, okay. I'm just debating a reroll because after that last one, I'm like, ooh, but was that a no? Did you just whisper no?
No, I didn't.
Do it.
Oh,
Not you. Not
oh,
what?
somebody else.
I think it'd
Are
be
you
funny
telling me
if you
to
failed
do-
this roll and it made a potion that made you more noticed.
Okay, I'll take a fate point and I'm gonna do a reroll.
Okay. What? And your herbology? Sure. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay.
never,
Okay,
ever
well-
reroll, ever, never, ever.
It worked last
Okay,
session. All right.
If you get 4 -4s, don't reroll.
Okay, but onto Stevie's suggestion. Should I think that it worked or just not bring it?
With the failure, if you're leaving it at that, it's a failure state, in which case I get to do something. So you just have to let me know if that's where it is.
Got it. Yes, I am taking the fail.
Okay, cool. You've created an invisibility potion. Like, it's gonna make somebody invisible when they drink it. For sure.
So thrilled.
Okie dokie.
I can't believe you got a 6 point itchy powder. That's hysterical. That's
Gotta love that itchy powder.
Let's see.
Potion of inner itch.
Potion of inner itching. Okay. Sorry, I'm writing some notes down. Okay. So the next morning, you all wake up in Esther's studio, and there is like a rapping that's coming from the door as the carriage driver that Franny has hired is waiting to leave. He's a tall man dressed in like a leather jerkin, which is like a light armor of the road carriageman. He has a whip in one hand for the horses, bright shock of red hair that like gets thrown back up. I said there was 2 things that need to happen, but I'm going to wait on this. And he says, "Good morning. I've been hired by Miss Beckett to carry you to Mosvana Woods.
perfect.
I see we just have one passenger." And he gives a little wink and says, "Let me help you with your luggage." And he like walks inside the studio and starts gathering up people's bags.
Wow. See, what did I tell you? It's a fine setup.
I can't believe this. This
Who
amazing.
is this lady?
Like, what was she like?
Well, she was marvelous. Imagine someone who's almost as incredible as me. Almost.
Oh, so she was awful?
Har har, Professor.
So, the carriage driver keeps like loading bags up, and he says, "My name's Aman, by the way. Pleasure to meet you all. I know I'm supposed to keep quiet about these 2." He gestures at Florence and Lily. But Esther, is there anything you need before we set out? Anything at all?
No.
All right. Then climb on in, and I will whisk us away. So everybody boards. He gets on top, gives a hearty hey-ya to the horses, and you clop off through the Chandlan streets. As you're riding out of Chandla, you see a number of groups who have like congealed together from the streets. And Lily, you're noticing this especially. A number of them have like mallets or like frying pans, shovels. Some of them have like crude spears and picks that they've found. Some of them are carrying manacles. Some of them have sacks and nets. And you can see there are these groups of people like wandering around the city, just like looking around. And some of the groups have like your wanted poster in their hands, and they're just milling about the streets and alleyways trying to find you.
Whoa.
Good news is I'm still wearing my death mask, so I'm good.
Yes, you're still Gwyn, but it looks like Watson's decree from last week has really galvanized the public into looking for you. So The carriage clip-clops out of town. You head past the central square of Chandla and out through the main gates, once again passing by the Verdanthi guards who guard the area. And with that, Amon gives a hey-ah and you ride off into the countryside, towards the heavily wooded area in the northwest of the current continent. So, like, the chalet way back a long time ago, where you went to visit Catherine during the first part of our campaign, the Masvana Woods surrounds the mountain that chalet, like, rises up over. It's in the opposite direction of Enoch's village and Cardine. And you head off in that direction towards the deeper woods. Now, Esther, I'm gonna say that Joel, like, has had this retreat for a long time, right? It's like an out of the way cabin that he probably owned and had, like, shortly after he got back from Death's Realm. Like, he bought it with part of the money he received. So it's not unreasonable to say that you would know about it, because there's part of me that thinks you've been keeping tabs on it. Suffice to say, like, you know where he is, right? It has a couple of servants there, as far as you know, and nobody else that you can, like, recall. So you're not expecting, like, a large amount of opposition when you get there. So the carriage rides off into the woods, and I need to take a short break while I go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
perfect time to feed my cats.
Nice. See you all back here in a moment, everybody.
Yeah. Perfect time to continue sitting here.
Okay, everybody, we're back. Thanks for waiting. Sorry. That's what I get for drinking water right before stream. Okay. So, the carriage rides off. The countryside around you, the dry, arid plains around Chandla, eventually give way to thicker and thicker woods as you ride in. Dark, high pine trees that rise on either side and cut the sun off. Mosfana Woods has a couple of disparate towns spotted about, but you can think of it mostly as like a more rural area. There's a lot of, small towns, not a lot of industry out here. Lumber is the main thing you see that gets carted around. And the retreat that Joel is at is a couple of miles out from one of these smaller towns by the name of Cuttersburg. Cuttersburg is like, pretty standard. Like, it's got like a couple of merchants who live there who sell their wares, mostly houses, people who work the fields and like grow their own food, that sort of thing. The retreat itself. Yeah, so how do you want to approach this? Amon is like driving the carriage, but how do you want to come into town? Like, do you want him to drop you off like right outside the retreat, which is like a massive cabin? I'll describe it more when you're there, but do you want him to drop you off like right outside the retreat or like in Cuttersburg itself, or what's the plan here?
Well, hold on, just one sec.
Sure.
All right, so what's the plan here? Do we want Amon to drop us out for like right outside the retreat, or what's the plan here?
This is your end.
What?
How do you want to handle it?
Well,
Also, are we killing Joel or are we not killing Joel? I'm still unclear.
Oh, we're killing Joel.
Are we?
now, hold on, child.
Glad we had this talk.
This is
I'm sorry. Is this up for debate? I mean, aren't we still out of moral responsibility to get this job done?
well, I suspect there may be more than one way of getting this job done this time.
Do we just need to take care of Joel's relic? So if he happens to die, he can't come back, and would that be enough? Maybe he could help us.
Well, there's more than that, Professor. Yes, that is my hope, and I hope he will do it amicably. There's every
You wanna
chance that he won't, though.
Are you just gonna go and talk to him? Like, should we go get some snacks at the bar and just wait?
I'm like quietly pouting because I'm like really upset about the idea of us not killing him.
No, my hope is that you two are part of Plan B.
What's
You
plan
could-
A?
Well, I would like to ask him personally, and, well, you could approach with me, perhaps. That is an option, but Plan B is finding the relic and destroying it on our own. However, that's only one part of what we'll be doing here. The other, the more important reason, well, it may have to do with the actual goal of your ex-organization, Professor.
I look at Lily and then I look back at Esther and I'm like, let's try talking to him and see what happens.
Okay. Yes, let's see what happens. And at some point I will indicate that I need something, and no matter what happens, we must escape with that. Otherwise Joel is as good as dead.
Is there any odd like feeling Florence gets when Esther says the true nature of your previous fraternity's like mission? Like, do you want to expound on that at all, or?
So Florence, her main goal was to bring Death back, and now that she thinks Death is back in Lily, her new shifting goal is bring Death back into power.
Right.
And so she's like, I don't need to kill the Verdanthi anymore. Like that's not the number one priority because death is back.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's not gonna lean into those options as hard as she was before.
Okay. Okay. Do you say anything like that to Esther at all, or?
No, she still feels like she's she's still not sure how to bring Lily back into her full potential, and she thinks the Verdanthi might have an answer to that, which is why she's like, "Let's talk."
Gotcha. Okay. Sounds good to me.
Ooh.
And I haven't. Oh gosh, have I? I haven't put the pieces together, I suppose.
I mean, it's really up to you. Like, you know definitely that something happened in relation to you and Death. Nobody in the group knows exactly what that is. Florence has a hypothesis, which she's leaning into. Um, totally. But, like, it's up to you folks, you know, whatever you want to do.
It seems like Florence hasn't. You're not really bringing me into the loop on that.
Not yet. So I think
And I get a lot of my info from you. So, okay.
Yeah. I feel like Florence is like 90% sure that you are Death, but she's like, I don't want to be like, oh hey, and also you're Death without like being so sure, and also being able to like give you something else. So she's like, I'm still gonna keep testing this, and she's not gonna say it out loud yet.
Totally.
Also, she doesn't trust Esther anymore. So.
Oh, man. Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure Esther like doesn't have a problem with explaining less to the two of them.
Totally. Well, this is going to be interesting. All right. So, all that being said, sorry if I missed it, but where is the carriage dropping you off?
I guess right in front of the retreat.
Okay.
Do you want to go in first, or do you want us to stay behind?
I feel like I've had a lot of just talking out loud. I think it'll be more fun and interesting if we go in there, especially with you, Florence, but possibly with all three of us.
Let's go in together then.
Okay.
All right, through the front door.
All right, so the carriage pulls up in front of this, and Esther, you're like giving directions after you get somewhere out of Cuttersburg. And as the carriage like crests a hill, everybody gives like a small gasp as you see the full expanse of the retreat. It is a vast wooden cabin that is built in the middle of a like a ravine where the Botswana woods split, and there's two sides to the ravine, and then there is these gigantic wooden stilts that like stand up jutting out of the ravine that were probably put up specifically for this purpose, and like a wide splatting platform that's built off of those stilts upon which sits a massive cabin. There are long wooden bridges that lead from the ends of either ravine towards the center of the ravine, and you can see that the entire cabin off a lot of parts of it has like various perches and like bird houses and everywhere, just like spaced around the cabin everywhere. And the thing has a chorus of bird sounds and like flying, all different manner of like flying creatures, like flapping around and landing on different parts of the house and like flying away. It is a very grand, very peaceful and serene location. And the carriage rolls up like just outside like on the other side of the ravine, just next to one of the wooden bridges that would cross to get into the vast cabin. As you pull up, you realize that there is another carriage here, run by two horses. It's reddish in color, and it has like gold trim along the sides. And you recognize the emblem of Marith emblazoned on the side of the carriage. It's like an emblem of a lion that's like roaring, facing left, you know, in like in profile, facing left, with flames jutting out underneath it. The carriage seems empty, except for one young woman who has like kind of short black hair with like a long bang that like hangs down in front of her eye, and she's like got her arms crossed and she's sitting up on the carriage seat, and she like looks over at you oddly as the carriage rolls up.
Oh, snap.
I briefly remove my six-colored hat and wipe my brow. Ugh, Joel always did have a garish taste. And
As I step out of the carriage, I'm like, instantly I feel a little lighter, like the birds and just how peaceful it is. It like kind of lifts my mood a little bit because I was feeling a little angsty there.
Yeah, the whole place is like a breath of fresh air.
well, shall we?
Let's go in.
What in the name of the Verdant are you folks doing here? The woman says from on top of the carriage.
Oh, I understand. Apologies, miss. And I take out a coin, I flip it up to her, and I go to keep moving.
She catches the coin and like pockets it and says, "Well, now hold on. I can't let you go in there." She like starts to climb down from the carriage. Actually, sorry. She like kicks her heels back and then jumps down from the carriage and lands in the dirt in front of the three of you, blocking your path. It says, "Look, my master is currently involved with the artist. Nobody's supposed to go in and interrupt their meeting. So just wait outside, give him another hour or so, and then you can go in. Okay?"
Your master?
Yeah. Urza. You ever heard of him?
Oh, but Urza invited us also here.
Roll deceive. I'll roll her empathy.
Okay.
Or at least I will if I can figure out how to roll dice. Here we go.
You got this.
Oh, fuck yeah. There's one thing Florence is. Great liar.
Holy cow! What did you do? What? When did you have +3 deceive? That's wild.
When I tried so hard to boost it up twice in a row.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Man, how do I roll? Oh, sorry, gang. Sorry, I got to figure out how to roll independent fate dice because I didn't have this. I didn't have a character sheet planned for this person.
That's okay.
Okay.
Like, I kind of wish I knew how much lying there would be in this game before we started playing, because I would have made my top one deceive instead of lore. Just would have been great.
I mean, to be fair, I think
They all
there
come
have
in
been
handy.
more lore rolls.
hmm
And besides, you can use lore as a way to deceive, like, as in, like, let me just think on all I know and have learned about lying in the great history books I've read.
And you're so honorable.
So honorable. Da, 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 da.
All right. It's not telling me anything, so I'm gonna have to improvise. Give me a sec.
Want me to just roll for you and we'll take away the plus?
No. That's okay. I can fix it.
Sort of a Bob the Builder type.
Yes, I can. Okay. So a woman has to be willful to some degree. So here we go. Not that willful though. She pauses for a moment and says, "Okay, so you are like supposed to be here during the meeting?"
Yes, we are a little bit late. Our driver got a little bit lost, but we're here now and we must go in. So, can you step aside?
She like looks uncomfortable and then says, I guess. I gotta check you for weapons first."
I'd like
Oh,
to know,
no.
is this success with style?
Oh, it is. You're totally right. So that should give you a boost, which will be perfect for this next deceive roll or whatever you're gonna do to solve this problem.
Okay. Let's see. What are
Oh,
we
I can just
thinking?
grant boosts. There we go. Okay, Florence has a boost.
Amazing.
Oh,
I still haven't
also-
gotten my herb boosts, have I?
Oh no, so the way that works is that you have these herbs that you've made, and then you can just say, "Hey, I'm throwing the bomb," and then we'll tag the aspect to that person that you can then
Got
invoke.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Also, we should have talked about this. Lilith, I've asked you to carry around that large chunk of iron, just raw iron.
Right.
She's so strong. That she can
Great.
do it.
I just took like a mental inventory of like every weapon I have. I have so many weapons.
Yeah, you're a viable factory right now. You got the crossbow, you got the rifle, you got the iron chunk, I guess that could be used as a bludgeoning device. All these alchemical bombs.
No. The
I
iron
also
chunk
have
is-
my dagger and my new hammer.
Yes. What? The iron chunk's not a weapon for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I feel like we should be allowed to have our weapons going through here because Ezra will absolutely have weapons. Like, of course.
Urza.
Um, Or is that sorry? And so Florence is just gonna be like, "You don't have to check us for weapons. We'll just leave them inside the front door like we always do."
Okay. Roll deceive again. That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Lower that time. Let's see.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm using a fate point.
Okay.
Well, you have that free info.
You do. Yeah. You have a boost.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Do you see that anywhere on your sheet? You do. Okay, so see the boosts, how it's set at 1. Just drop that,
yeah.
and then you can you treat it as if you had spent a fate point.
Okay. And then I use a fate point. Okay.
Cool. All right, so that kicks it up. So she pauses for a second. She's like, "Oh, yeah." She like narrows her eyes and like, looks at all three of you. Florence, you realize she's looking at you and she's like, she's giving you all this questioning look, and then something happens where she puts something together in her head and she says, "Oh, you're the oh man, oh I'm so sorry. Yeah, of course you need weapons. Okay, yeah, good luck."
Thank you. And then
God.
Florence walks right on in.
I'm like clunking along with all my crap.
Yeah. Okay, so you all start to cross the bridge, make your way across. There's railings on either side, but you can feel it like kind of creaking a bit and giving under your weight. But it's very large and very sturdy, so it doesn't feel, dangerous at all. You make it across to this platform, and the second you cross over, you see like 2 blue jays like alight on a spindle that comes off the front door that's like has like a seed pod hanging in front of it, like a cluster of seeds, and they start pecking at that. And they're just like chirping happily to each other while you stand in front of the door. You can hear muffled voices coming from inside.
Ugh. And
Like a dream.
I like throw like I don't know like a rock or something at the Blue Jays.
Okay.
Hey!
You throw a rock at the
Hey.
birds and they both scream and fly away.
Esther, cool it. It's gonna be fine.
Well, okay, you cool it when you're trying to walk in on your ex and one of your greatest enemies who's actively had minions out to kill you, and you're still
Okay,
more afraid of the
inhale.
ex.
And exhale. And breathe in.
Okay, breathe
And long
in,
breath out.
short breath, short breath,
Long
short breath, short breath.
Do you know any songs? Let's sing a song. You're singing a song. You're exhaling. Yeah. Okay. You can do this. We got you here. You can do this, okay?
I start singing like a perfectly inappropriate type song from like, from my upbringing. It's like not the vibe. It's like kind of church. It's like something you'd sing in church or something.
I have to-
Uh, and I burst through the door.
Okay, you go to like you grab the brass handle of the door. It's like a brass level handle. You grab that, press the thing in, push it open, and like there's a servant on the other side of the door that like just moves back really quickly as you shove the door open. And it's just like a man like with a bald head and like wrinkles under his eyes, and he says, "Who are you? You can't come in here. This
Do I
is
know this man?
No, you've never seen him before. It just says, this is Master Droll's private estate. Get out! Get out!"
I think you'll find that he wishes to see me.
And you all enter into this main open hall in the cabin that is like this wide, vast, like circular room. The first thing you immediately notice is that the place is filled with statuary of like various birds and like other woodland creatures. You see bears, you see foxes, you see deer, you see skunks, all like wonderfully realized in this really intricately, interestingly put together tableau that mimics the outside of the woods, and like set against the wood of the cabin backdrop, it like transcends the medium. It looks more alive than it actually is. And the servant like stumbles back a bit, and you can see like far past this circular entryway there's like an archway opening that has like twisted knotted wood done up over it, that leads into like a sitting room of some kind, and you can definitely hear voices coming from in there, but they stop as this commotion goes on, and the servant says, "What do you mean he'd like to see you? He's not expecting any more visitors today."
He should be expecting me.
"Why would he be expecting you?"
I sent notice.
The servant like blusters a bit and like goes over to like confer with other servants, like check his notes. So like he walks away from you for a second.
Ugh, Joel always
really
did
send
have the
notice?
most. Well, something like it.
Uh,
Listen,
I'm like
I-
touching one of the like touching a statue or something.
Yeah, you like touch it.
Like
It's beautiful.
something like falls over.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like beautiful, intricate. It's in its design. As you brush it, like rocks a bit. You're like, oh, whoa.
child, don't touch that drivel. It's has no soul to it. I don't want
are
it
these his
infecting you.
sculptures? Oh my gosh, they're amazing.
As the servant like finishes conferring, somebody comes to the front archway entrance, and you see it's not Joel, Esther. You all see a man with longer blonde hair who has kind of like this like wrap with feathers in it, like done up in the hair that's keeping it back. He's got like the long blonde hair of like an 80s like glam rocker, right? Done up in the back, heavy eyeshadow, and like bird feathers jutting out of the cap, or jutting out of the wrap. And he stares across the room at all of you, just like narrowing his eyes and staring Esther down, just like daggers.
I feel like you know this one.
I don't think so. Servant, Joel, now.
You came anyway? After I warned you to stay away?
Who? Oh, this happens all the time. An admirer?
The man turns his head to the side, like pure rage crossing his face, and he says, Don't tell me you don't remember me, Esther."
Oh, no, of course I remember you. You're the bellboy. You're the yes, I remember. You would always make those funny jokes.
Get out! Get out! And he like turns to the servants and he says, "Throw him out!"
Not very funny anymore.
The servants like come over and they said, "Please come with us, sir. Please come with us." And they start like grabbing you and like leading you out.
This simply will not do. I demand Joel's attention.
He's not seeing anybody today. Not you, not Marif's dog, nobody. He's up in his room, contemplating. And then from behind this man, Urza appears in the doorway and like leans over. Oops. Why isn't that working? Hold on. Oh, it's not working at all. Okay, well, Urza appears in the doorway and like looks over his shoulder and he says, "Ah, hey there. How's it going? Oh, well, isn't this a surprise? Old friends."
There's a delight. Unlike other people here.
The man like turns around and like looks at Urza, looks back to you. He's very confused. And he says, "Was this part of your plan? Is this two-pronged attack?"
What are you dribbling on about? Who are you?
"Who am I? You... Oh! Whoo!" And he like walks forward. He looks like he's gonna like slap you. And he says, "You don't remember me? At all. Look at my face, Esther. Really look." Esther, you study it for just a moment, and it starts to come back to you. The name of the suitor, the person Joel got involved with after you. After things went bad.
Actually, okay, listen, I realize that I'm about to, like, know who this is and stuff. Can I put it forth that Esther just does not recognize him at all?
Oh, totally. That's totally fine too. I'm totally good with that. And you're like, so you're like, you're thinking, and you're like, the name, and you're like, it's an O something, and then it just, you can't get it. It's not there.
So, I whoever you are, I take it you're important now or something? What are you, the guard?
He just goes to punch you. He just like leans forward and goes straight for physical violence.
Oh shit.
I need you to.
Could I swoop in and
Totally. Yeah. Go ahead and roll. What do you want to do to swoop in? Like,
I mean,
hit me with it.
I see that, he's going in with violence, so I grab my dagger and pivot my body in between theirs, and I'm hoping to like just put the blade up to his throat.
Sure, totally. Roll fight opposed. And I'm gonna roll this guy with the roller character, so we don't know his name because Esther has chosen not to remember. Here we go. Oh wow, that was a hot roll. Okay, what are we looking at here, Lily? 2v1?
I'll take the fail.
Okay. So you try to impose yourself and you get the knife up, and then the guy's punch just connects with your face. And he just like punches you right in the face. There's like this heavy bruise that swells. You like take a black eye immediately. You stumble back. And he goes, oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't, oh geez. And he was so mad and like his temper was like so up there. And then as he accidentally hit you, it like all just goes out. Like he loses all the tension. And he just goes, and he stumbles back towards like the sitting room and like goes to lean against the wall and like take a breath.
Ow.
Child, are you... Well, that was gallant.
You're welcome.
Say...
Yeah, go ahead.
Urza.
Yeah.
How are you?
Well, I'm doing just great. I have to say, this is a crazy coincidence. I was coming to talk to Joel about some business. Never expected to run into you three, but I think I understand what's going on here. And like a pallid look goes over his face. And then he hides it immediately and gives like a bright smile. And he says, good to see you. Come in, sit down. We were just having tea. I was waiting for Joel to be done with his meditations. He does little quotation marks with his fingers. And then we were going to have our discussion. But it seems like you have something rather pressing to talk to him about. So, I think I'm going to head back to my carriage. And he looks over at the man leaning up against the wall. He says, I'm going to wait there if there's nothing else you need from me.
Urza, you can have your discussion with Joel. We are also just going to have a discussion with Joel.
Really? He says, looking at you.
A fruitful discussion, let me assure you.
Thorough discussion, at least with some of us.
He like bites his lip and he says, he's like considering it. You see him doing calculations in his head and he says, all right, sounds good. He like walks over back to the sitting room. You can all follow him into like this kind of quieter, cozier room that has like a wide window that looks out to the left side of the cabin, which looks down into the ravine, but also sees like the wide trees and like it's set against the west wall. So when the sun sets, you would get this beautiful picture of like the sun going down beneath the ravine and like the forest slowly turning to nighttime. All the birds like fly past the window. They've put like shadows. There's like shadows of birds painted on the window, so the birds think there's another bird there when they go for their own reflections, so they don't hit the window and die.
That's so nice.
And you like all sit down on these like plush blue couches that are there. I'm just going to call him Featherman because otherwise I'll screw up and say his name. So Featherman comes into the room and like finishes his panting and like sits down on one of the couches and stares across at the three of you and just focuses on Esther, like staring daggers. Urza comes down and very like awkwardly sits in like an armchair and takes up a teacup and looks across at all of you.
I'd like to think some of the servants like brought me some ice.
Yeah. One of the servants has like run over and like gotten you some ice. So there's been 3 servants that you've seen so far. There was the balding man. There's a younger woman who has like brown hair that's done up in a tight braid, and then there is a middle-aged man who has like short cropped, like sandy blonde hair. And they've like been running around like trying to get this figured out. One of them has obviously like run up to Joel to tell him what's going on. And they come back. He comes back with like a packet of ice for you, Lily.
Do I recognize any of these servants?
No, and you never seen them before. Like you'd imagine Joel hired them. Like he probably cycles through servants all the time. Like to be honest, would Esther have ever paid attention to the servants?
No, no.
Great question.
Yeah. So you're all sitting there. Lily, you got the ice pack up against your eyeball. It's a very awkward scene.
I pick up a teacup and I'm like, Urza, how are things going for you?
Oh, fine. Just run around here and there, doing errands for the old master.
Very good.
Yeah. How's things going back in the city?
Oh, well, we've been actually, am I wearing a death mask? Probably not. No, I think I'm just Florence here. Classes have been going well. The guards have been out and about and causing drama and finding nothing as per usual.
He nods. And he glances over at Gwen, or Lily rather, and then like just sips his tea. Yeah, good. Urza seems like very anxious, you all notice. Like he hides it well, but you can see he's like kind of shaking a little bit as he holds the teacup. And you see the faint ruffles of Cosmo like moving through his clothes. Like going around him. Like you feel like Urza's controlling Cosmo to like get ready to strike out of his sleeve for some reason. You definitely seen him do that before. Featherman like look. Oh, go ahead.
I sort of motioned to Urza, just sort of like teeth, sort of like and I'm pushing my hand out and then like making like a down motion, like just
chill out.
Yeah.
He nods and then like sits back and like breathes out a sigh. He's off balance, so like he's just trying to regain his footing, but he'll get there eventually. Featherman looks over at Lily and says, "Sorry about your eye. That I didn't mean to hit you." And he glares over at Esther.
Yeah, who are you?
He sighs. "My name is Orazi. I am Joel's current partner." And he glances over at Esther. "And fiancé. I'll have you know."
Love. That's so lovely.
"We have a new ring. It's beautiful." And he like holds it out, and it's like this beautiful like wooden ring that has like gold twisting inlays in it and like emeralds laid out, interspersed within it. Perfect piece to replace the one you stole.
And once again, do I remember stealing a ring?
Yeah, you do. You definitely remember stealing this ring for sure. You just didn't remember the dude. But yeah.
As in, I stole the ring from Razi.
Orazi. Yeah. Here, I'll put it in
Orazi.
chat so people get his name.
Thank you.
Yeah, he was a painter, another artist in Chandla, back before Joel left to go off on the Verdanthi quest, and him and Joel started to get involved after you two broke up, and you stole his ring out of probably jealousy, maybe something else.
Hmm. Ah, I see. Well, that's fortunate you have a new one.
So how did you two come to meet this creature here,
Who's saying that?
Arazi?
Okay. First that says that, that's hysterical.
Excuse me?
What? I'm just calling you what you are. Animal.
Haven't we had enough violence for one interaction?
Honestly, you
Arazi.
could punch someone else.
He frowns at that and like turns his head to the side in shame.
We are here to talk, not be assaulted by your past grievances.
Oh. Fine. I guess the quicker you talk to Joel, the quicker you can get out of here.
Indeed. That would
When
be
is he
preferred
coming
by
down?
all of us.
He should be down soon. He's doing his meditations. It's part of his process. Just give him a moment. He'll be down.
And
Ugh.
you're a painter, you said.
Yes. I
What do
am.
you like to make?
Well, recently I've been adding color to Joel's sculptures. If you notice the scene when you entered, the color in that's all me. He makes them out of the clay. He could do the color himself, of course, but you know.
Oh, it's fabulous work. Actually, would you mind showing me some more pieces that you've done?
Oh, of course, yes. I have a couple of paintings. I'll have the servants bring a few in. We can talk about them. Let me see. And he like snaps his fingers. A servant comes over. He whispers something in their ear. They run off. Are you trying to like get him out of the room, Florence, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So the servant like runs off, and Arazi says, "Let's adjourn to the viewing room. We can look at them in there. There's like a wider gallery."
That would be so delightful.
Okay.
And then I turn and I look at look at Esther and I just wink and I follow him out of the room.
Okay.
As the moment you wink at me, I shudder.
As soon as you two are out of the room, Urza leans forward and stares at the both of you and says, "Okay, what in all death's name is going on? Why are you here? Are you here to kill Joel? Because if you are, that's all right, but I just need to know."
Well, the plan is a little different with this one, Urza.
We're unemployed.
But
What? What?
What she means to say is that we found alternative means for Joel. And I just glare over at Lilith.
I have like the ice blocking, so I'm like just totally disconnected from the interaction.
Listen. This one doesn't need to die, but we need something from him. We need to steal two things.
I'm sorry. You're not going to kill him?
Not him. The others, yes, but not Joel.
Why not?
Well,
Do you want him dead? I like look over.
Lily, give me an empathy roll. I'm gonna oppose you here. Want to spend points
man.
on that?
No.
Okay. Urza leans back and says, No. I mean, well, Maris doesn't really care one or the other, to be honest with you, but no, not at the current moment. I just, if you are doing him in, that changes things for me. I just needed to know. But if things are staying how they are, then great. Sorry, you threw me off balance. You were the last people I expected to see.
Well, quite frankly, we didn't expect to see you either. I'll write up a letter and send it to your Is your carriage person? Are they trustworthy?
Henrietta? Yes, she's trustworthy to a degree. Just don't let her know about our arrangement.
All right. Well, I'll give you more of the details through that. Yeah. Listen, uh, we don't need you here for this conversation. We don't need you here for what we're about to do. As always, any help of yours is appreciated. But this changes nothing of our agreement.
Well, that's fine. I think I'll stick around if it's all the same to you.
Of course. Of course.
So there's a few moments that go by, and then there is a ringing, like the sound of many bells, like a chiming of many different wood chimes all at the same time. And it's very cacophonous, but also melodious. And then you hear a door opening from somewhere upstairs. And in a few moments, a servant like appears in the entryway to the sitting room, and then he says, "Everybody, Verdant, Master Joel." And then walking through the door, Esther, is somebody you haven't seen in a very, very long time. Florence, it's about this time after looking over Orazi's paintings that you both have come back into the sitting room. Joel is wearing a blue sort of button-up doublet with like golden leaves stitched into the fabric, short cropped black hair, and a winning smile as always as he steps through the door. He glances over the scene once, looks at all of you, gives a slight smile, and says, "Esther! I had no idea you were coming. It's good to see you again." Arazi comes back into the room.
No idea, you say. And I look over at Arazi.
Arazi, like, gives you a slight satisfied grin.
Well, I think perhaps the letter I sent you may have been misplaced.
Oh. Joel, like, turns and looks at Arazi, and Arazi says, and Arazi just shrugs, and Joel says, "Well, I'm sorry to have missed it. Urza, thank you for waiting." And Urza, like, nods, and Joel says, "I guess a lot of people have a lot they want from me today." He sits down on one of the couches and says, "Do we want to just get this all done at the same time? I was about to go for a walk." And he looks back at Arazi and he says, "Honey, could you just give us a minute?" And Arazi, like, gives him a death glare, and then just says, shakes his head, and just, like, leaves in a huff. Walks out of the door.
Poor boy.
Oh.
And
Joel,
yeah, go
this
ahead.
is Professor Allegard, Florence Allegard, and this is her assistant, Gwen.
Ah, Professor Florence Allegard. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure to finally meet you.
Yes, well, he bites his lip. He says, I have to say, I'm caught a little off guard by you being here. I remember your name, but not for reasons that I find pleasant. Why are you here?"
Guess we didn't cover that before, huh, friends? Let's see. Why are we here? Today, and Stephanie makes up a story.
I mean, I'm happy to take this if you want.
I think you should. I'm like, yeah. Why am I here?
Joel, I'm going to cut to the chase. I don't want to be here. I don't think you want to see me either. However, a certain group is coming for your life, and they will take your head. Should you not do exactly as I say.
Urza's eyes grow, like, wide. And Joel says, "Okay."
Go for it.
Joel, we need one of the pieces of 4. We need the relic that you've somehow acquired, and And I need your relic.
No. No. I'm not going to give those to you, Esther. I can't. I need them for many reasons. And, look, I appreciate you being worried about me. Clearly, you've come a long way, despite everything. And the company you keep makes me a little suspicious of your motives, to be honest with you. But, I'm okay. I'll be okay.
Oh, God, that's great. Hey, can I spend a fuck? That's a great suggestion, Big Bear. Well, can I spend a fate point to say that I have the ring that that
Yes,
Esther stole?
absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
All right, all right. I'm gonna spend that fate point, and I hand him the ring and I say, "Congratulations on your betrothal."
He glances down at the ring.
Joel, I don't think you understand. I'm not speaking of hired killers. I speak of the death cult. The death cult. And if you value your life, you will step down. I'm putting my neck out for you. Do you understand that? Do you know what it means for me to put my neck out for you?
He like curls his hand over the ring and like closes it in it, and then puts the ring in his pocket. And he says, "Esther, I understand." He sighs. Why would me giving you the relics stop them? I'll just be frank. I've heard about what happened to Catherine and Enoch. Marith let me know. But from what I heard, they seem to just be killed. So I'm a little confused about the hand's motivation here. I thought they were taking revenge of some sort.
I don't entirely understand their motivations myself, but what I do know is this.
Urza like jerks forward in his chair as you say that. He's he like pales as you say that. You see like a bead of sweat roll down his forehead as he's realizing he got into bed with people who like aren't fully ingrained in the cult.
Sorry, give me a moment. That's comedy right there. Oh fuck. Joel, I've been trying to come at this from every angle, and Professor, what does the Hands of Death? What do they stand to accomplish simply by killing the Verdanthi?
Okay, real quick. My understanding is they're trying to restore balance. Is that correct? What the Hands of Death are doing?
Yeah, so yes, they are trying to restore balance. That was your original goal, right? That was the reasoning. And the reasoning has always been, now given this was a theory, right? But the reasoning always was, all right, they killed Death, and we know when Death dies, whoever kills her becomes her, right? So the thought process was, okay, maybe somehow they entrapped Death by killing her, right? They took her power away. If we kill them, then Death will come back, right? If not, if that doesn't happen, at the very least, at least we've taken revenge, right? At least we've gotten revenge for Our Lady. So, like, the motivations for the Hands range from, like, this will fix everything to I don't care, I just want revenge. But the result is the same.
Okay, right. So, how do I want to say this? Okay, can Esther say that last sentence again, if you remember it?
Yeah. Professor, which is to say, once member of the Hands of Death, what do they stand to gain with the killing of the Verdanthi?
Essentially, they were hoping to restore balance. Essentially, they were hoping to get revenge for the death of Death. And we now know, we now hypothesize that that might not be true. And the cult, they are now stuck on revenge. And we don't think that will actually help anyone.
And so they have some other motive. And that other motive, Joel, will get you killed. Unless you dispense of the motive. Unless you stop their reason to even come here.
So you think they want the relic? They want my relic, and they want the relics we received from completing the ritual to bring Lily back.
I don't know entirely of your relic. That's a guess. A shot in the dark. I don't know. But yes. To the latter, yes, we need to neutralize, do something. I don't know what with the relic you received.
So I'm supposed to give it to you, and then what? I'm free and clear?
And then defend yourself in case they find you.
Okay.
You make it abundantly clear that you no longer have that relic.
Okay. He like narrows his eyebrows, and then there's like a wave that goes out over all three of you. You all feel this. There's some sort of like pulse that tugs on your emotions. Every single one of you. You would guess Urza as well, where you all start to suddenly calm down. Like you feel like you're just relaxing, and you feel a lot like nothing seems important anymore. You can still like kind of summon up the will to do something. It's not preventing you from doing anything, but there's a definitive effect that occurs inside the sitting room now. And Joel leans forward a bit and he says, I don't think I have anything to worry about from the hands. I can demonstrate further if you want, but the abilities I gained after my sojourn in Death's realm are quite sufficient.
You guys can stop me if this is a bad idea, but I'm thinking of taking off my mask.
Oh yeah.
You can do that, or I just want to jump in here. I tend to like talk out too much. If somebody wants to make like a social roll to like convince him or like to provoke him into doing this, that's totally fine too. It'll be really hard. I'll oppose you, but I
also have our potion, but I just can't see a way that I could slip it to him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I feel like we don't need to like make him tell the truth or something like that. I feel like the goal right now is we need ideally his relic, but specifically the relic of Lacuna. And question: have I felt this sensation before?
No.
Okay. I mean, I'm down to roll like a kind of persuasion roll of some kind, but I like your idea of taking off your mask, Lilith.
Of course you do.
It's great. It's dramatic.
It's dramatic.
Okay. Well, I'm feeling okay. So I've been kind of relaxed and calm, but I'm like, I still want to like progress in this conversation. And I've been very powerless in this position. So I guess I don't really.
So before you do
Mm,
this, I just want to point
yes.
out Urza is also in the room, which means Urza will know that you two are directly affiliated with the person that Ophelia is looking for. And the person probably that Marith, his master, would love to use as a bargaining chip. Now, you could still do it. I agree that it's super dramatic and really cool. I just want to be sure you're aware of the full implications of what you're doing.
But I'm relaxed right now. Maybe I don't know the full implication.
Yeah, there's no game effect like controlling you to take an action, but yes, if you want to play it that way, totally fine.
I imagine Joel like having like a little spigot, and there's just sort of like a lot of like weed smoke just sort of like going into the room.
That's a lot like what it feels like. It feels like you all like hit a bowl, right? But you're like, yeah.
Okay, instead, I kind of like sit up straight for the first time. Arazi, sorry. I know you don't know me. Can I have a private word with you?
Arazi like pokes out from behind the archway where he was hiding, listening to the conversation. He says, oh sure, I suppose. And Joel like glares back at him.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say Arazi. I meant Joel. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
cool. Yeah.
I was reading my notes.
No worries, no worries. Okay, he doesn't do
I
that.
was reading my notes. Um, yeah, Joel. May I?
He like looks at you, and he's considering it, and he says, "Sure, why not? Follow me." He stands up and he leads you off of the sitting room, into like he leads you out of the room, up a set of stairs, and like into a side room that's like you think is like a guest bedroom. He shuts the door and locks it. There's a wide open window behind the both of you, Lily. Esther and Florence, are you doing anything when Lily does this? Are you like okay with it?
Do we still feel this like
Yeah.
when he leaves? Do we still feel it?
When he leaves, it fades, but fades very slowly.
Oh, why did I just let Lilith walk off like that?
Why did we let Lilith walk off like that?
All right,
Oh.
you guys both take fate points. That's too good. Take fate points.
And I look at Urza and I'm like, what did you come here for?
You know.
No.
Okay, hold on. I gotta roll. If you guys are gonna do it, he's also relaxed, so I have to roll. Okay, never mind. He made it. He pauses. He says, you know, diplomacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, diplomacy. Yeah.
Okay, we cut upstairs. Oh, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Esther, I think we gotta start something.
I was hoping that we wouldn't need to start anything.
And then they start muttering about things to light on fire.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
Fucking PC plans, baby. All right, okay. We will smash cut upstairs to Lily and Joel.
I know you don't know who I am. You probably don't care, but you might. Urza cannot know about this. Urza cannot find out about this. That is something that I'm just going to trust that you will maintain, as I'm about to show you something you might have interest in. And
I love secrets.
I just, without hesitation, I take off my mask and reveal myself.
There's a gasp that goes through him, and he steps back and like puts a hand against the door, like he's gonna like run out. And then he pauses for a second as he sees like you're not holding a knife or anything. And he says, "Oh, no. That's where you were. You were with them this entire time?"
I can promise you this. Welcome in, Raiders, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for raiding in. Holy crap, I didn't even notice that. Infinite Monkey Tails, thank you for raiding in with a party of 16. Holy crap, welcome in. Hi, everybody. My name's Codex. This is Codex Lantern. We play tabletop role-playing games here. We're playing Fate Core right now. We're kind of in the middle of a rather involved story about... wow, it's really hard to explain. A cult of ancient... a goddess died, and then the cult who, worships that goddess wants to kill the people who killed the goddess, a bunch of mortals. But we're kind of, off that track now, too, so... I hope you enjoyed the session. Thanks for coming in.
All right, back to the drama, please. Back to the drama. I'm begging you.
Back to the drama. My bad. All right.
We are building tension here. And back to scene. Okay.
Yeah.
I can promise you, we don't mean you any harm. We have learned things that I can't tell you at this point. But I can say this. Esther means exactly what they said. And everything will be okay. But we need your cooperation.
He steps forward, holding his hands out, and he says, Lily, you shouldn't be with these people. You should be... you should be with Ophelia. I mean... He puts a hand up to his forehead. Oh, she can't know I know this. Oh, this is so bad.
I will reveal myself to Ophelia when the time is right. I just need you to trust me.
What are you going to do? Why are you wearing why could you... He pauses for a second and he says, have you been involved with the hands?
Tell the truth.
Lily, have they forced you to do something you didn't want to do? You can tell me.
I am doing what I know to be right. And I will bring balance back to the world.
Oh, no. Oh, what have they done to you? They've brainwashed you. Oh, no. He, puts a head up to his hair and, starts ruffling it in an aggravated way. He says, oh, no. Lily, Ophelia did so much for you to get you back. Nobody expected you to come back the way you did, but she... Oh, when you ran away, she was worried sick. We looked for you forever. Have you been with
Ophelia,
Esther this whole time?
Ophelia is a monster.
Oh, Lily, no. I can't let this happen.
The world is not as it should be. You need to help us.
I can't let this happen to you. And then you feel a wave go out from him. Lily, I need you to give me a will roll. It's going to be against Joel's ability here.
Oh, shit.
So I'm going to roll his rapport, and you roll will to oppose.
Oh, fucking God.
Ooh.
Oh, my God. Shit.
This is perfect.
Oh, no. God.
I think this is pretty ideal.
Are you staying? Not spending?
I mean, if I used two fate points, I would be tied. This is a failure.
So you would be, well, unless you went for, what did you roll there? You rolled 2 minuses, so 1 minus a plus. So if you went for a reroll.
Don't listen to any bullshit about rerolling. It's a lost cause. We know it doesn't work.
It's worked before. It literally worked last session.
It's never worked ever.
It did. It worked.
It doesn't work.
When the DM did it.
No, one of you did it as well. All right, well, that's fine. You don't. Just let me know if it's standing or if you're trying to expend fate points to get over this hump. You can feel a tug on your emotions, like you are being... You feel like your entire consciousness is going to be wrapped in soft cotton.
Oh, God. Oh, I want my potions. Shoot.
Punch him nice.
Yeah, I'm like definitely I feel aware that this is happening. And oh man.
Take the failure. Take the failure.
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, I will.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
You calm down immediately. You feel yourself descending so far into yourself that you just don't care about anything anymore. And then your vision like shrinks to like the size of a pinprick. And it's not long before you feel like you're in your body, but you feel like you don't have any control over your body at the moment. You feel like you passed out, but you can still like hear and see and, well, yeah, you can still like hear and see and like feel things. And you feel Joel like pick you up and put you on the bed and then pause for a moment and then turn and walk out of the room. So
I want to make a noise.
you can't move your mouth or like do anything at the moment. You're
I
like
can't grab something and like make us like there's not like a candle holder. What about my giant piece of what is it?
the giant piece of iron.
Yeah, yeah. I can't like clack
During
something
that
on
whole
the floor.
Scene, you were like hefty, like holding this big piece of iron.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you another will roll to try to take an action as Joel like puts you on the bed and then walks out.
Yeah. Okay.
We're
don't.
gonna set opposition here. This is gonna be difficulty. What should this be? Difficulty 3.
Just drop the iron on the floor.
Wow. Okay, I will tag a fate point that I am, burdened with a troubled past.
Yeah, sounds great. In fact, as you focus on this ability, you feel something within yourself surging forth and pressing through Joel's ability, cracking through it like a hot poker would through ice. You push through, and you like wake up. You have enough consciousness to take one action as he's like putting you down on the bed before he like walks out of the room, and then you'll be submerged again. What do you do?
I take the big piece of what is it? Iron?
Yeah,
It's just
big
a
old chunk
rock.
of
And
iron.
I just throw it out the window and like glass shatters.
Okay, yeah, he's surprised when you like come up. He's like too surprised to react, and you just hurl it out. There's this horrible noise of glass crashing. Like you all hear a massive thump from outside. Actually, the way it's laid out, Esther and Florence, you both are looking at that wide window, right? You just hear this crash, and you see like bits of glass, and this huge chunk of iron just come down and just like slam onto the like balcony around the house, and it like cracks the wood a bit as it lands.
Ah, shit.
Urza like stands up and he looks like he's like ready to fight. He's like, are we doing it? Is this it? Is it happening?
I'll send you just
Urza,
the most
leave.
detailed letter later. Give my regards to Henrietta.
Run.
Urza like turns and like says, "Oh, okay. You got it." And he turns and like runs out of the house.
I want to see if I can help Lily. If I start saying a litany, would that help her?
It's helped before, but like you're not like in the same room with her right now, so she can't hear you.
Well,
Like-
I am in the same house though.
You are. Are you like shouting it?
Like pretty loudly.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you can aid her with that. That's totally right. You can give her a +1 to future real rolls to break out. You could also, I'd also let you make a lore roll to create an advantage here.
Great.
So roll that difficulty 4, let's just say. Ooh.
Okay, I'll use a fate point.
'Kay.
Lilith is my ward.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let me create that aspect for Lily. That's a boost actually. So it doesn't get you a full aspect, but it is a boost. So Lily gets a boost there. Okay. All right. So what are we doing? Like, you kind of have a sense that Lily's in trouble. Where do you both go? What happens?
Professor. We need both relics. We need to burn this place down.
We need to burn this place down. And I'm like yelling this litany. You're not questioning it.
Yeah, I think Esther's just like, yeah, that's normal, weird, like Florence stuff.
And I'm looking for flint. I'm looking for things that. Is there like even a fireplace in this room? I feel like there would be.
No, there is a fireplace back in the main open entranceway, but not in this room.
Great. So let's run towards there.
Okay.
I think I need to go find relics.
Arazi comes like walking out of the viewing room from where he was hiding behind the archway listening to the conversation, and he comes out and he says, "What are you doing? What was that? What is going on?"
Well, your future betrothed has betrayed everyone. Oh, I really don't believe in grudges. And I go to punch Arazi.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'll roll his fight. Roll opposed with your fight. Here we go. Or I'll roll his athletics. It's the same. He's not a freaking fighter. And I've said his name now, so now I can fight. Oh wait, I can't because he doesn't have. All right. Okay.
Ooh.
Hold on one second here.
Oh my god, did I actually roll well?
Oh yeah, you're gonna crush him. You're gonna crush him. Hold on.
Power love. Power love.
Is that what we're dealing with here? All right, here we go. Oh yeah, that's successful style. What happens, Esther?
Good luck in all your future endeavors. Tell Joel I say hi, and I just clock him right in the face, and like I think Esther likes like their hand is just like in huge pain, like, shit.
Yeah, he's about to like retort, and you punch him right in the teeth, and he's like, oh, and he like stumbles back and like hits his head against the side of a dresser and passes out.
Oh fuck! Ow! Oh! And I try really hard to think of wanting and desire, and I see if that can lead me to where I need to go.
Totally. Let me see here. Let's do that. Lol. Okay. Yeah. That's going to be a crafts roll for you. Let's call it difficulty 2. Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. Difficulty 2. And then Florence, you're yelling this litany. What are you doing?
I am looking for. Oh, nice jump. I feel like I'm gonna follow Esther out.
Okay, so you're going with Esther.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh my.
And I think, I think I'm gonna tag my what's theirs is mine.
Okay, sounds good.
To
Actually succeed here instead of getting the tie.
yes.
Okay.
I know how to use this system. Yes. Yeah.
Bing, bang, boom. All right. In that case, Esther, you get a distinct feeling, a pinpoint, high up in the house at the 3rd level, the roost, as you suddenly remember it being called. There is a distinct ping of a very strong sense of a relic. You feel like it's not the paintbrush, but that thing couldn't be far behind, unless Joel has it on him. But you'll have to go up the same stairs that Joel went up when he took Lily.
Professor, we ascend. If we run into Joel, we go right past him. He will subdue us.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. You both make your way
I
up.
thought you guys gonna rescue me. God.
Florence is shouting this litany. You both like make your way up just as Joel is exiting the room. So like you come up the stairwell and he's like down the hallway to the left and he can see you, and you're like heading up the stairs and then going further up into the house. And he like looks as he sees you go and he says, "You wait, the both of you. No, we can still talk this out. What is going on? Let's talk this out."
Shit. Shit.
He starts walking forward. He says,
Running. Keep
"Just
running.
calm down."
Yeah. I don't believe in violence, and I keep running up the stairs.
As he gets closer, you're starting to feel pretty calm, and then you push through it, and you're running up the stairs. All right. Okay. So you're both making your way up. Let's see. I think this needs to. I think he's got to chase you. So this is going to be an opposed athletics roll between you and him to see if he can catch up with you before you get into the room. So
Okay.
both of you have
I'm
to roll.
following Esther.
Yes, yeah. So both of you roll athletics. I'll oppose with Joel. If he beats either one of you, he catches that person. Here we go.
Okay. Oh, we cats.
I got a 3.
Whoa.
Oh, Esther got caught. That's kind of good.
I have never rolled that good ever.
Yay, I'm so proud of you.
So Esther, what are we doing here? Sitting at -1 or?
I guess my question is, with my earlier success, is there any like guidance I can give to Florence before I like
Oh, yeah, you can yell out exactly where the thing is.
I do that. I say I say I'll deal with him. Honey?
So you turn around, Esther, because you know you're not going to make it in time. Florence, you bound up the stairs, just like gone in a way, right?
Yeah.
Joel like starts walking up to you, Esther, and you see him at the foot of the stairs. He looks up at you, and he gives a little smile, and he says, "Hello, darling." And immediately you feel like this sensation wash over you again. You feel like your consciousness is being wrapped in cotton. What do you do before you're going to have to make this will roll to resist?
I think I'm ready to go right to the will roll. I think Esther is going to think of their desire and greed, and specifically in the sense of wanting everything to be okay and wanting Joel to live, but also somehow to make this all okay, which I think is inherently just way too greedy.
Cool. All right. I'm going to give you a +1 to this roll because you gave him the ring earlier. So here we go. Roll will and beat this roll. All right, so that's a 2. I'll just go ahead and add that +1 for you.
Oh, I can't actually. Wait 1 second. I mean, yeah, I can do this. All right. I'm going to. First. Gosh, which of my aspects do I not tag? I am an obsessed artist who finds success in death.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
So I'm going to add a +2 because never re-roll, kids. And then I am going to say that I have a striking vanity, which is to say that I don't think Joel will hurt me.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Add it.
Yep.
It's returned.
And at the end of the day, what's theirs is mine.
Yeah. You overcome it. And in overcoming this, you understand something about how it works. So what it's doing is it's like shutting down your emotions, right? It's putting you in a catatonic state. And you can feel as Joel's doing it, this is like a rather extreme thing for him to do with this ability. And it's takes a lot of effort for him to do this, right? This is not an easy thing for him to pull off. One might say it costs a fate point. But the other thing you realize is that in doing it, when he's shutting those emotions down, if you were to respond with an emotion in kind, you might be able to pierce through this veil. So you would need to basically throw him off balance while he's doing this thing. So now you've gained the ability to not just roll will to resist this, you can do some other social action that can throw Joel off of his game. You can roll that against his rapport rather than will itself. That makes sense, right?
Right. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, for now though, you pass. So Joel just like looks up at you, gives a smile, expects something to happen, sees it doesn't happen, narrows his eyes, and says, "What are we doing here, Esther?"
Damn it, Joel! I'm trying to save you. And may I roll provoke?
You could. What is your intent?
Oh, I think my intent is just to buy time for Florence to steal away the Relic of Lacuna.
Okay.
May I interject?
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, this is more than enough time that I would have left the room, I would be in the hallway, right?
You would have if you weren't currently like cottoned, right? Catatonic. But I was going to give you another roll here in just a sec. I just wanted to resolve this. But yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Totally buying time. So I don't think you need to make a roll to buy time. Like, I think he's interested enough in you at the moment that if you just keep talking to him, he won't be like, he's not going to move forward.
Okay, I get. In which case, may I continue?
Yeah.
Joel, you always did this. You always did this, and this is why I left you. You don't give a damn about yourself. And I always told you. And you knew this was never a flaw of mine. I never suffered from a lack of ego. And Joel, I'm telling you that sometimes you need to give a damn.
He like looks up at you. He says, all right, Esther, look, I believe you're trying to help me. I really do. I also believe that I just saw Lilith Mortimer, the person my friend Ophelia has been searching for years, appear in my house out of nowhere, who's apparently been brainwashed by whatever cult you've been involved with. I understand there are people coming for me, Esther, and I do care about the fact that he like looks to the left, like he's a little embarrassed, you can tell, and he says, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy that you showed up and tried to help me, but I can't let Lily back into their hands. I mean, look at what they've done to her already. I don't know what they've done to her. I don't know what you've done to her. If you've been involved with her at all, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to contain the situation so I can figure out what's going on.
Joel, I also don't know what they've done to her. And I've been trying to guide her ever since. And I've known for some time that this death cult something is wrong about them. And I'm saying that you can trust her. You can trust her to me. And I'll make sure she comes out of this okay.
Is that a deceive roll, you think? Or are you telling the truth?
I think I'm telling the truth.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. He pauses for a minute, looks up at you. And we're going to cut over to Lily. Lily, I need you to give me another will roll, please. Difficulty 3.
Wow, I'm rolling so bad.
Yeah.
I'm rolling so bad.
2 minuses. Man, if you re-rolled that, you'd probably roll a lot better.
That's true.
I have a boost, correct?
You do. You do have a boost from the litany, yes.
And that's a +1, correct?
No, it's treated just like a fate point. So you could get a free reroll right now without spending any fate points.
I will do that.
Okay. Spend your boost at the top of your character sheet. Throw them dice. See? Better.
It's the same as if it was a +2.
No, but
Fine.
but like now you can spend a fate. Well, yeah, but like you would have had to spend 2
my
fate
God.
points. Well,
The
whatever.
reroll is never worth it. Ever.
Okay.
You could have rolled better.
I will I do what it takes. I'm a fighter and a survivor.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, tag that. Give me the +2. All right. You push through this entirely. And you learn the same thing that Esther learned, where if you were to respond with an emotion in kind, you need not roll will. In fact, you think if you were quick enough, if you could smack Joel across the face or like hit him in the stomach before it completed, like using fight, you might be able to dodge it as well. But anyway, so you push your way out of this like underwater place you're in. You wake back up on the bed. You have full control of yourself, and anger comes rushing back into you. What do?
I exit the room.
Just as Esther says, you have to entrust her to me.
And are they in my way to getting to the stairwell upstairs,
Esther
or
is-
not in my way?
Esther is partially up the stairs. Joel is at the foot of the stairs. You could run by the both of them if you wanted to.
Although, would you know that? Like, would you know about going upstairs?
Probably not. Unless I heard footsteps, but
Is
maybe not.
Florence still yelling the litany?
No.
Okay. Then no, there's no way you could know.
Okay, well, first of all, the death mask is on the floor, so I'm gonna grab it
Okay.
and I'm gonna put it back on.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna open the door quietly and see this interaction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think you should get compelled to like act out. You're angry, right?
Oh yeah, it's hard enough being a teenager. I almost yeah. I kind of want to compel you. I'm gonna compel you. You're gonna just hit Joel. Like you had enough. This dude fucked with you.
I was thinking about shooting him
Oh
from behind.
yeah, I'll give you a fate point for that. Go for it.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I open the door quietly and I peer out. They're obviously their back, like Joel's back is turned away from me because he's like on the stair.
It's more to the side, but he's so focused on Esther, he doesn't notice you at the moment.
Well, which is to say, do I see her about to do this?
I was about to say, Esther, you can give me a notice roll, and Lily roll stealth, and we'll see. Unless you're okay with Esther seeing you, Lily.
Nope.
Okay.
GM, may I put it out there that instead of doing any sort of notice or bullshit, may I just jump in front of whatever shot is about to happen and get shot again?
Phew.
I want to roll for stealth.
That's funny.
Wait, so you so I think what we're saying is Wendy wants to deny Tony the option to jump in front of the arrow. Is that what's going on here?
No, I want to roll to see if they notice me.
Right. Which would
And then you can do yes.
Okay, but if they don't notice you, then they won't have the opportunity to jump in front, right? So like
Correct. Yes.
okay. Is that okay with you, Tony? Are you okay with doing that?
I mean, I don't. Do I have much of a choice? I don't want Joel to get shot.
Right. We can resolve this a number of ways. Like what it could be is that like
Can I just yell, Joel, look out? Or do I even notice? Do I even notice Lilith? I don't know.
Let's let the dice decide.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Oh my god.
Stealth v notice. Here we go.
I'm out of fate points.
Oh. Oh, Esther sees you. Unless there's any fate points you want to spend. This is a big decision because Wendy's also deciding, do I want to deny Tony the...
I'm dying over here.
Oh man.
How do you want the story to go?
Fuck.
That's fine. I'll be nice.
Okay, you don't have to be. I think Tony's cool with it. Like, I don't think he's actually gonna get, or they're actually gonna get mad. Sorry. Yeah.
I think I want to get shot again. That's what I'm all about.
I did take a punch for you.
Maybe Esther
So.
like tackles Joel and like.
Well, let me shoot my shot and see what happens.
Yeah,
Totally.
nice.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my crossbow
Go ahead and shoot.
and
This,
I'm gonna shoot.
yeah, this isn't difficult. It's going to be difficulty 1. And Esther, you see this happening. Okay.
Great.
That's a
Great.
success. So Esther, you
Great.
want to throw yourself
yeah.
in front?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Lilith, no, and I think I jump in front of Joel.
Okay. Multiple things happen at once. Joel turns, sees Lilith, sees the crossbow aimed at him. All of his fears are completely reinforced. Esther throws themselves in front of the shot. The bolt flies through the air. Thunk. Esther, I need you to roll athletics for me.
Oh, wait, what?
I got to see how much damage it does.
Oh, okay.
It's still going to hit, but I got to see how much damage. Okay, so resolve a 2-shift hit to your person.
Got it.
And then, so you leap in front. You could take a minor consequence too if you wanted to, if you don't want to take the stress track. You leap in front, and the arrow just thunk, like sticks into the side. Well, you tell me, how do you get hit?
I think it's like a dramatic, like grab Joel and twist him away, and me get shot in the back.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So like you grab, twist, you feel the arrow like impact in your back. You're like, Lilith, you look as you just like shot Esther in the back as they've defended Joel. And then we cut quickly up to Florence in the upper level. Florence.
Hey, I'm still here.
Florence, you've risen to the highest level. You come up. The last level of stairs leads up to a landing, which leads to a ladder, which Esther told you to climb. And at the top of that ladder is a wide open dome-like room at the top of the cabin that is filled with bird cages. Just everywhere, bird cages hanging from every noticeable place. And there are a bunch of birds like imprisoned in these cages hanging around, and they're all singing different songs. It's a cacophony here. You see like a discarded robe over to the side, a large like feather bed, a huge desk, and then where Esther told you to check was the nearby nightstand. The drawer of the nearby nightstand is where they told you to look. So you make your way over, you throw that open, and inside you see this wooden box, this wooden lacquer box with a like golden plate nailed into the top of it, and it has the symbol of the verdant, the symbol of life, emblazoned at the top of it. It's like a symbol of like a person in a cloak with like no facial features, and then like concentric circles coming out from a hand they're out holding. It's the same symbol that appears on most all of the Verdanthi insignias and stuff around the church and everything like that.
Yeah. Is it locked or can I just open it?
No, it's open. You open it up, and inside you find a variety of seed pods, flowers, grass, pieces of tree bark, all manners of different things. It looks like a potpourri of things. Potpourri.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I know what Esther's talking about, or should I just take the whole box?
From what Esther described, it was the size of it was like large enough where you think it's the whole box.
Okay.
So you pick it up.
Yep.
You pick it up. You see like a couple of the potpourri pieces like fall out and like clatter onto the floor. And then you watch, Florence, as the potpourri in the box slowly like refills. So it's right up to the brim again.
Rad. Okay. I take it, and is there anything in particular in this room I should also look at?
There's a bunch of like tweeting of birds and stuff like that. I'll give you a notice roll if you want. Difficulty 2.
Okay. Wow.
Crushed it. Almost crushed it. Almost succeeded with style. Okay. So yeah, there is one thing you see. Over on a table, tucked behind a like section of jars on a table that you'd imagine hold like, you don't know what they hold, clay, different pieces of paint, maybe birdseed. You see a piece of paper folded up and tucked behind.
Oh, well, I'm definitely grabbing that.
There's like a colorful thing that you see inside the paper, and as you pull it out, you open it up, and this bird's feather falls out. And you see it's the feather that Esther has worn in their cap for as long as you've known them.
Oh. Oh, interesting.
Do you read the letter?
No, but I do take it and I bring it with me.
Okay. All right. So you come back downstairs just as Lily shoots Esther in the back.
Okay, everybody stop. Everybody stop.
There's like a snap and a cut in the tension as Florence says that. Everybody focuses on you, Florence. Or at least Joel does.
Why are we shooting each other?
I think I'm maybe like leaning on Joel, like while I'm bleeding.
Yeah, he's like holding you up. And he's like, she shot him. She shot them.
She shot
Just,
them.
Joel, just let us go.
Lily, are you okay?
I was thinking about like doing a sprint and then like a jump kick. Joel.
All right, you can do that if you want. Are you doing that? He's aware of you now.
I want to. I mean, I would say like while Joel is focused on Esther,
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to like at least get like a clear kick to like at least subdue him, just so he's not like using his little magic on us.
Yeah, roll fight all opposed with
Give us
athletics.
beat. Okay.
Wait. Can I just say words?
Yeah.
Lilith, please, no.
It's too late. I'm sprinting.
Okay, here we go.
I'm rolling so bad.
We tied. So that means that neither person wins and a complication gets introduced.
I'll take a fate point.
Sorry, what?
Can I tag an aspect?
Yes, you can. Yes.
Okay. I do what it takes. I'm a fighter.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yep. Doing what it takes. Okay. +2 then?
It says I'm out of fate points.
Art thou? Thou art out of fate points. It looks like the tie stands.
Oh.
Can I be the complication?
Yeah. How do you want to be the complication? I had an idea, but
Well, I had two fate points.
oh, you did?
Yeah.
Are you certain you didn't spend them all?
Yeah. I would be down to one.
After this? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. All right.
I
Yep.
just want to like kick him down.
Sure.
It doesn't have to be anything too crazy.
Sure. You want to subdue. Okay. All right. We'll add 2 to that. Okay, so you have 1 fate point left. So you launch this like flying kick, you catch Joel across the side of the face, he stumbles back, and then you're like on him and you're like holding him down, right? So Esther, he lets go of you and you like slump forward, catch the railing. Still bleeding.
Damn it, Lilith! Get off him!
He's panting, Lilith, as you're holding him down. But he says, "Let's all calm down. Florence is right. Let's just calm down."
I'm like still on him. I'm like I like am holding his hands like behind his back.
Lily, are you okay?
He's going to use his powers on us. We can't trust him.
Lilith. He's the only one of the Verdanthi we can trust.
Prove it.
Joel's keeping his mouth shut. He's not saying anything.
Yeah, don't blame him. I go over to Esther and I'm like stepping over people at this point. This is a tiny hallway we're in.
Oh no, sorry, I wasn't clear. There's like a wide staircase that leads down to like a balcony, like hallway. That leads
Oh,
that
that's
up the
creamy.
top, up the upper loft. Yeah.
How luxurious.
Yep.
Wide hallways. Um, um, and I give Esther the potpourri box and the letter with the feather. And then I try and pull this arrow out.
Yeah.
Please don't do that right now. I, 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 uh, I think I think I just put the feather. I think I tuck it into Joel's pocket,
Okay. It's in his pocket.
and I like pointedly look at you, Lilith, as I do that.
Is that it?
Yes, that's it. For once, put your faith in me, Lilith.
Oh my god.
Literally a week ago. Let me hold this door open while the guards catch us.
Oh my god. Right.
That was a different situation.
That was different,
Um,
Esther.
I mean, I'm definitely wanting to just grab the feather, but I'm taking a beat. So I just don't do anything. I'm still holding on to Joel.
I think, Joel says finally, we should all stand up, head back down to the sitting room. I'll make us some tea, and we could talk this out like adults. Does that sound all right?
Are you gonna use your powers of influence here?
No,
And,
no, I won't.
take away our emotional abilities.
Look, I'm sorry for doing that before. I don't do it unless it's an emergency, but from what Esther described, I thought my life was in danger. And Lilith being here just... I lost my cool for a moment. I'm sorry.
All right. Yeah, let's go chat. Can't believe we're going back to the sitting room. This is been a
And-
wild circle.
And Florence, this is you learning that I've revealed myself.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm like, I look at you and I raise my eyebrows and I'm like, I give you a motion that's just like, what are you doing?
I hesitate and eventually I let go.
Okay. Go ahead.
We need to get out of here.
We can get out of here after we're done discussing how things are going to be from now on.
Joel slowly stands up from the floor, has the feather in his pocket, like tucks it a little deeper in, and says, I think that sounds nice. Right this way. And he walks down the stairs back to the sitting room, like just ahead of you all.
I help Esther up then.
Uh,
Are you fine? What? Jesus, I can't believe.
I'm like rummaging in my satchel and I like get out some of my healing ointment to apply onto Esther's wound.
I think I just kind of stop your hand and I lean into the professor as we go down.
So you all end up...
Jesus. Do anything to run here?
No, not right now.
You all end up back down in the sitting room, seated around couches. Joel takes an armchair, sits down. Actually, when you all come in, he's like over at like a tea set, by the way, and he's like pouring tea. A couple of servants start to come into the room to help, and he like waves them off, and they turn around and walk away. He looks over at the form of Osri on the ground, with like his face smashed in, and he just gives you a glare, Esther, and then turns back to pouring tea. Things have to get so violent so quickly with you people. And he finishes pouring like 3 cups of tea and then sets them down in front of everybody.
Well, for the record, he punched Lilith first.
I suppose. He glares over at you, Esther. And he sits down in the armchair. He says, All right. I'm at a loss. What do you want to happen here?
Wow, that is such a great question. What does Esther want to happen here?
Ah, shit.
We need those relics.
We have
Uh,
them.
Wait, yeah, I think we're good there.
I thought. Wait, I thought the feather was a relic.
I guess you probably don't know this. The feather is my relic.
Oh.
In fact, I even just say that. The Lilith, no, that the feather is a measure of trust. It's my relic.
My eyes are wide, and I kind of like look down. I'm just quiet.
Joel, all we ask for your patience, for you to be careful, and to not get involved.
Well, all right. I understand that, but I'm already involved. Look. The difficulty I'm having is that now that I know Lily is here, you're asking me to lie to Ophelia. You're asking me to lie to one of my friends. I can't do that in good conscience. I think the three of you have had a very difficult time of it lately. And I'm just going to put this out there. I understand tempers are high. But maybe the best thing for everyone would be to meet with Ophelia. We can talk this out then. I'm sure whatever has happened to Lily, he's like looking for the right words, and he says, you two could reconcile if you were to just talk.
What do you say to that, Lilith?
Yeah. I think we should meet.
Really? And he like pauses for a minute and he says, can you promise me that you won't try to kill her if you do meet her?
Will she promise not to try and kill her? To kill Lily?
He like looks surprised and he says, she wouldn't do that.
Again?
What do you mean again?
She has killed me. How many times? 3?
3
More.
that you know of, yeah.
She has killed me more times than I know.
What?
And she intends to do it again.
What are you talking about? She went to Death's Realm to get you back.
And keep me in the dark. To keep me as a captive.
Listen,
From my own identity.
He looks confused.
Joel, the Lily you know is dead. She is gone, and there is no bringing her back. And what Ophelia has done, it has not brought back Lily.
No, I was I mean, I know she's not actually Lily, but she is her, just younger. That the ritual didn't work completely how Ophelia wanted it to. That's what happened. She completed the ritual and then she gave us those relics.
I am not starting over again.
What do you mean she's been killing you?
The rite of repurpose is not what it seems, Joel. And Ophelia has been lying to everyone.
The rite of what?
Professor.
The various rites, which I am looking up right now. 1 second. Where did I have my giant list of them?
Repurpose, reconstruction, rift, and
Route.
routes.
Yes. The various rites of the Verdanthe require very, very particular systems for getting exactly what you want. And if you mess up even in the slightest bit, you're going to get something that has a consequence that you might not be able to handle. And I believe that's what happened between the 5 of you. It was 5 of them, right?
It was
The 5 for Nancy?
yes,
Plus, yeah,
plus Lily, but yeah.
plus Lily. Went in, did not give Ophelia what she most desired. Instead, we have a huge imbalance.
And
And the consequences just echo and echo. And unless we stop Ophelia, there will be no happily ever after. There will be no wedding between the two. There will be no... It's terrible.
So as you're talking, you realize a couple of things. One, Joel has no idea what you mean when you're talking about these rights. And you realize he doesn't know what they are. Ophelia must have just said, it's okay, I know how to do it, and like explained the plan, but never gave them any details about where the rights came from or the theory.
Joel, why did you follow Ophelia yourself into Death's realm?
She'd been my friend for many years. I knew Lily as well. You don't remember me? He says, looking at you, Lily.
Again, this isn't the Lily you remember.
I don't, right?
No, you think you'd be getting flashes or something, but you don't. It doesn't trigger anything. And he says,
It's a blank stare.
yeah. Actually, there's a better way I can describe it. You do get flashes of memory. Like, you get, like, brief remembrances of, like, being in art galleries and, like, looking at these latest sculptures and, like, sitting around a dinner table. But in every one of those memories, it's just you and Ophelia. There's nobody else there.
oh, creepy.
And Joel says, so she's been... I followed her because she said that we needed to bring her back. She's been my friend for years. He pauses for a minute, scratches his head. I was her research assistant for part of it. I helped her study the means and ways to get there. Enoch was more involved with her with the magic side of things, but she had to do a lot of preparation for the rite. She traveled to many different countries, gathered many different materials. It was a whole thing. I helped her source many of those things. Powders of tree bark, rosewood at one point, he says. He's like thinking through his memory. He's like trying to remember. It was a long list. There was a time where she had to go to a mountaintop and get the egg of a gigantic bird that lives up in the old Yatharan waste. It was a whole thing.
It's quite the quest.
It was a lot of preparation. I mean, we were changing the world. We weren't just, going down to the corner store. But I was doing it because I thought it would make Ophelia happy, and to be honest, she said I would get a lot of benefit out of the deal, and he gestures around at the cabin. I have. Success was...
Joel, did you have to pay a cost for the success yourself?
No, I guess the cost was in killing Death, but that was a cost I was willing to pay. There's a surge of anger, Lily, that just flows through you when he says that. Something inside you just pulls you forward slightly, and you feel like furious at him, and then it subsides.
And that's the thing, Joel. There's always a cost. Always.
It just doesn't seem fair, does it? I mean, we live our lives as these mortal beings, and there are these two upper, whatever they are, gods above us that can just decide when we live or die. They just take us away. Ophelia talked about finding a way to get over all of that, get through all of that. She talked about a way to put it to rest for good, and she was right, and we did it. I mean, he stands up from the armchair. That's incredible. Look, if you knew that you could do something that would make the lives of every person in the world better. Wouldn't you do
It's
it?
not better. It's not better.
Of course it's better. People don't die anymore, or they do, but you can bring them back.
They don't come back the same.
I've resurrected people myself. They always come back the same, except for Lily for some reason. That's a different circumstance. I don't know. I wish I could help you. Joel says, if I knew resurrecting you would fix you, I would do it right now. But I don't think it would. But you see what I mean. People don't have to worry about death. People can be free to do what they want. Verdanthe can bring them back. We're no longer run by a corrupt society of merchants with money changing hands and keeping people down in the gutter. And the
So
world
far
is getting
removed
better.
you are.
What? Go ahead.
So far removed you are from the reality that you've created. You and your palace of wood.
Joel,
Don't you see that people are suffering? And not to mention, okay, sidebar. Did we decide that no one is being born?
Yes.
that something
Yeah.
that's true?
Nobody's being born.
And there are no children. No one is being born. No one is being added to the world.
Well, why would we need more people? We just recycle the old ones.
Joel, when was the last time you were in the city?
I don't know. I think it's been 2 years by this point.
Will you come with us
What?
under disguise into the city, and we can prove what is going on?
He thinks for a minute.
And a smile forms on Esther's lips. You know, I have these great statues. I wouldn't terribly mind your opinion on them.
You could even bring your fiance.
He glances over at
Oh.
Orazi. Yeah, and he
Well,
says,
I promise not to punch.
And if we're wrong and you see nothing amiss, we'll let you go back.
he goes to the
To
window
retreat.
and he looks out the window and he's like, you can tell he's thinking about it. He watches the birds for a while.
Why would we have revealed Lily? And I look at Lily and I'm like, what have you done? If we were not so certain about an injustice having happened.
All right. You're right. I need to see it for myself. Maybe I'm wrong. Have I really fallen out of touch? You all can tell that fact makes him feel very uncomfortable. You feel like when Florence said that, you hit at something to the core of his being. Maybe you triggered an aspect in some way. Compelled an aspect would be a better way to put it.
Maybe.
And
Well, Joe, that's a problem that, if you don't mind, we'd like you to think about tomorrow now. If you would, I have a crossbow bolt sticking out of my shoulder, and it really hurts.
yes, of course. Sure. I can, do you want to rest here for the night? I guess.
That would be so cool.
I think I can get one of the servants to take a look at it.
I think Esther is like falling asleep.
Okay.
God.
Joel like looks you over and says, I'll have the servants take a look at you. I'll have them make up guest rooms, and yeah, we'll leave in the morning.
We'll leave in the morning.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Me neither.
Me neither.
And with that,
You'll see. Yeah.
I think we'll call it there for today.
It was a wild ride.
Yeah, that's great.
Wow.
Good work, everybody.
I can't
Holy
believe we got
shit.
back into the sitting room. Like, that was not an outcome I thought was gonna
I didn't think there was a while where I was like, all right, we're gonna negotiate. Oh, it's working. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, we're gonna burn the place down. Oh no. Okay, well I guess we're not burning the place down. Okay, we're gonna make it and take the thing and get out of there. Oh no, we're being mind controlled. Okay, we're gonna like talk and then just skedaddle. Oh no, we didn't skedaddle. Oh, I guess we're going to maybe become amicable enough to not just hurt each other anymore.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
We really went around and around. I'm glad you all liked it. I hope you all liked it. It's good.
That was great.
That was great.
There was a point where I was like, oh my God, are we gonna end with like everyone being like friends and like the world's just gonna be like a happy place, just a happy family, and me and Ophelia are gonna get married at 19?
I would really hope that that's not how the story ends.
That would be
I was worried.
fucked up if you and Ophelia actually make up and
Yeah.
and then from there pursue a romantic relationship. Truly beyond the pale.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
what if
say.
I'm just totally swooned by her?
Yeah. No, I
feel
would.
like you see her and you're like, wow, actually her jawbone is pretty good.
I would work so hard to make it clear just how freaking batshit insane she is. So like, yeah, no.
Great. Cool, great. Thank you. Good.
Okay, cool. Nice everybody. Let me find somebody to raid here. Give me
Wow.
the stream.
Listeners, you're
Thanks.
the best. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you so much, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Big Bear Will, huge shout out to you on that ring maneuver. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was good. That
yeah,
was good.
That was a sick call. Oh man. So yeah, this is what you were talking about last week, Wendy. New time, new raiders. I got to go into the actual topic and find it.
Mwahaha.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything they want to shout out while I'm looking for somebody to raid?
Oh, I have something coming up.
Sick.
So coming up next week, I think all of you should do something really nice for yourself. If you're watching this, just like whatever that nice for yourself thing is, like if it's making a nice meal or maybe it's getting something done that you've been needing to get done, just do something nice for yourself.
Wow. I hope you do some chaos, like fill your partner's shoes with glitter.
Wow. What?
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
That is top tier evil.
That's wild, dude. That's wild.
Oh.
I hope you planned the best April Fool's prank that could possibly exist for
Oh!
next week. Like, get ready.
Oh yeah, I forgot it was April Fool's. I thought you were doing this apropos of nothing, and I was like, "What?"
I was.
Oh, okay.
Also.
All right.
Oh,
Fair
my.
enough. That's great. It's a good suggestion. I'm gonna take that to heart. I'm gonna take both of those to heart.
Great.
Yeah, is there any way you want to add to the bit, Wendy?
I feel like I can't top. Nope. You guys are perfect.
I'll add
I'll
to
go
it.
watch Wendy's stream also.
Yeah,
Oh.
go watch
Let me
Wendy's
see.
stream.
Yeah, go watch Wendy's stream. Wendy Venture, twitch.tv.
Yeah, I'll be streaming 0 times this week.
I'll add to the bit. Go do something that makes you uncomfortable and pushes you out of your comfort zone a little bit. Go do that.
Sexy.
Broaden your horizons.
Such as putting glitter in someone's shoes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, here we go, boys. We're gonna write into ALHMK1. I don't know them. Hope they're cool. They're doing a Daggerheart beta test, so that means I want to write into them because Daggerheart seems sick. All right. Yeah, stay hydrated, everybody. Thanks, Will. All right, here we go. We're raiding. Thanks, everybody, for coming by today. Appreciate all the new viewers. Come on back and catch us. I'll post on my Twitch schedule when the next session is. But yeah, let you know. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.